Thursday Night Live time. Hopefully there's no technical issues on our end. We didn't get a chance over here to do a proper sound check. Let me know in the chat. Man, a bunch of people here already. This is awesome. I'm super excited about this show tonight because it's with a friend of mine from Vegas. One of my two best friends out here. It's with Tonyleo. He's going to bring him on in 1 second. Are we good to go? I'm going to bring Mr. Tonyleo on right now.
Hey.
Tony.
Hey, hey, hey.
You looking good, man? Everything.
Yeah, so are you.
Can you hear everything okay?
Yeah, I can hear everything. I see 2 more screens over here, though.
What 2 screens?
I see us perfect, but then to the left, I see you on top of me and another little thing.
Oh, that's going to be the vertical.
Gotcha.
Yeah, that's vertical. Tony, I'm having an impulse buy I got at Whole Foods yesterday, an espresso. I figure it's very appropriate given the fact that it's 2 Italians talking right now.
There you go. 2 Italians, both from Michigan.
I know. Tony, where in Michigan are you from? Because I'm from the other side of the state.
Warren.
Oh,
Warren,
yeah.
Michigan.
So you're Detroit suburb.
I was like Gratiot Avenue and 10 Mile Road, 11 Mile Road, something like that.
Yeah, that's legit Detroit.
Mm-hmm.
Native. Okay, Tony, I'm just going to check the chat right now for a minute to give some shouts out before we get into this. Are you watching you're probably watching the Golden Knights game too, right?
I got it on the TV right in front of me.
I knew you were. I was just watching that. It's 1-1.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah. End of first period. I was just out over at T-Mobile earlier when I was doing a little walk, and
Gotcha.
and there were a bunch of people already. It was 3:30 that they were just piling into the T-Mobile area.
They're paying $5 they pay $5 to go in there and watch.
Oh, I didn't know. Oh, I didn't know that. They charge them for that?
Oh yeah, $5. And you got everything in there open except for the game going on. You're watching it on the TV, but the snack bar, the girls, everybody's still there.
That's funny. I don't know if I don't know. I guess that's as close to the game as you can get without the game being there.
Oh yeah. Mm-hmm.
I guess, yeah, you'd have to have a good imagination. All right. Todd Preston, shout out to Louie, Paul Roberts.
That's Mark Kilgore.
E-Money.
E-Money's me.
Oh, nice, man. We've got Lucky 2, Shooting for Aces, Craps Master Journey, my nemesis up in Green Bay Packer territory. Gotcha. Ask DK Live, Field Mansion 123. Real Pain is in. Real Pain is here. Have Fun 99. A Globe is here. Stent Placer. X-Man, who's here in Vegas playing the WSOP. Sweet Rolls, Mad Hatter, Jeff. Who else? We got Go Flyers. Now we got a nice little crowd here, Tony. The Hawaii Crap Shooters are here. Right. Craps RN from Chicago. Yeah, this is great, man. G-Dub.
Yeah, G-Dub just got here today, I believe.
Yep. So, Tony, thanks for making it, man. This will be a good one.
No problem.
The topic for today is, or what you're here to discuss, is not what you usually discuss on some other shows. What would you say? This is is it the 10 concepts that every gambler should have?
You can say that. Yeah, I call it the shift, 10 shifts.
Okay.
So you want to shift the edge to your side. So we can't beat the math of the game. We can't change the odds, but we can change the results every day. And if you incorporate these 10 shifts, which we're going to cover today, you'll be able to do that.
Okay. I love that, man. I've got a few questions beforehand. I say after each one of the shifts, we'll break for some questions here. Any questions that come up in the chat, but okay. I've got a few right now.
Go ahead.
Okay. And this one came from someone that sent me. There's 3 that I can ask really quickly before you get started. This one's from Real Pain. He says, I think most of us have seen how Tony plays for paycheck on different shows. In other words, early in the morning, empty table, hops, get in and get out. My question is, what if he wants to go out and just play for fun with friends in town? How does he play? How does he analyze the table? Or if he even does that? Tiptoe in from Real Pain. So a few questions in there.
That's a good question, because when I'm playing with a group of any kind, I'm buying in for 500, 400, 300 to have a good time. I already know, it's already embedded in me that that's not going to be my best game. Okay. Cause I don't play groups. So I don't even have, when I go play a group, I don't even have the bankroll in my pocket that I would have on my early morning sessions. So it's a completely different game.
A little Hawaiian Crap Shooters, Tony. Say hello. Good seeing you at Durango.
I just saw him at Durango. Yeah.
Yeah.
A week ago. Yeah.
Yeah. He was just on last week. That was a really
I saw
fun,
that show. It was a great show.
Long overdue conversation with Brian and mutual friend here, Wisco. Tony is the real deal. Great mentor.
Yep.
Yeah.
Ben's a good guy, man. Ben's a good guy.
Yep. So, Tony, as far as playing with other people go, then you don't really, correct me if I'm wrong, but you don't really do that, do you?
No, I don't do groups. I don't know how you do it. You guys, you taking out groups all the time. You guys that are going out with 10-ton feel very lucky, because you wouldn't be playing with me at those private tables. So you got a real player there with a real bankroll. 10-ton, good job, man.
No, thank you, man. Thank you. I appreciate that, Tony. Thank you. That means a lot. That means a lot. Here's 2 questions before we start. Okay. Another 2 from, I've got them lumped into one because they came in on a comment section here. The first one's going to be from 6 Easy and then Lazy Dog. Okay. So 6 Easy says, great getting Tony on. Think he focused on sports betting now. Would like to know his view on 1% of bankroll. And does he believe more in top down or bottom up? Regarding craps, I believe the 1% applies also. Do you believe your discipline at a table is just as important as your betting? Any advantage we think we have is not enough to overcome time at a table. Agree/disagree. Look forward to pod.
So leave that question up there so I can read it. All right. First thing is, view on 1% of bankroll. I have a whole topic on that we're going to discuss. If 6 Easy can just wait till we get there,
Hell yeah.
That would be great. Okay. So,
Yeah.
And what's the Lazy Dogs there?
Lazy Dog is basically what is your pre-trip checklist? And he goes on to say, you know, no one checks the oil, the tire pressure, lights on, you know, like better have cash, hand body must not hurt. Where is that table? Or why is this table? Blah, 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 blah.
That's coming up too.
Oh, okay.
That's all coming up. Yeah. Yeah.
So, well, listen, Tony, then let's get
start. Yeah.
Let's get, dude, number one. All right.
All right. Okay. So first of all, I created Advantage Dice Control 25 years ago. I play the numbers, I play the field, and I cherry pick my hops. That hasn't changed. However, that is not enough to beat today's game. You need to shift the edge to your side. So the first shift that makes a difference, in my opinion, and a lot of other people's opinions, you have to live in Vegas. Okay, I moved here in 2001 to pursue my gambling career. Vegas to me is the best place to live if you're a gambler, for the one reason that you get to pick the table. I mean, I know there's people across the country that are going to say, well, I can get to the casino in 30 minutes, but can you pick your table? Can you walk in at 4:30 in the morning and have it to yourself? Can you get I can get my 12-foot table. I can get triple on the 12 on the field. I can get my hot bets. I can get the bounce I want. That's what I mean by can you pick your table? I have, you know, on any Tuesday, Wednesday, or Thursday, I got 100 tables to pick from. You know, what do you think, Tony? You agree with that? You're a player.
1,000%. And now it's getting to the point where it's really limited. The tables that I identify, and you know, Bump John too. I mean, we know the table numbers. So, you know, I'll talk about this next week, but you know, we had made them. It's always learning, but we had a reserve table over at Palms, and it was not the right table. You know, we needed, and they were gracious enough to get us a table, but it wasn't the right table. You know, we want 304, and we want that smaller craps table next to it. Paris, I think we want 252. So we have these things numbered down. Specific tables are, you know, they're super important.
It's your choice. You're putting the edge in your court. We don't have to worry about the weather out here. We can go any day. When you live here, myself, I'm much more relaxed. I don't play for comps, but I don't have to worry about comps, especially, I mean, when I'm only there for 30 minutes, they're not going to give me shit. You know,
yeah,
they want me to play for hours. I'm not there to play for hours, you know. So when you live in Vegas, your game's more relaxed, and I think you can get more done that way.
Well, yeah, Tony, your game completely changes. Mine's slowly morphing into something else.
Right.
And it's not what you'd expect. I think what you have said it to me many times. You're going to end up playing with less and less people. You're going to have less and less friends because of when you play, because you're going to have to play that way. Just because of the amount of risk you're exposed to. You're exposed to way more risk here just going out all the time. So it's a different ball game that I'm finding out, that I'm learning. It's very different as my priorities have changed on what I want to do at the table. So there's a lot at risk every time I go.
Oh yeah. But Vegas, I think, is a cut above anywhere else. I mean, if people can say they can go to a table and get there and whatnot, but most of these tables, I mean, Pacific Northwest, especially up there, I mean, a lot of those tables don't even open until 11 or 12 noon, 11 o'clock in the morning, you know, and you got to sit there and wait, and then everybody comes at the same time. So you're not getting an uncrowded table for the most part. And if there is only one table, it could be a 14-footer, you know, so.
Yeah. So Tony, where are your go-to tables then?
Well, I live right in between Red Rock and Durango. So there, the only disadvantage there is I don't get paid triple. I have to go to a Boyd casino. So I can go to the Orleans. I can go to the Suncoast. In the Palms, don't they pay triple on the 12?
I think so.
12, yeah. Mm-hmm. So your some of your strip, your Venetian, your Palazzo downtown, a lot of them play triple on the 12, but I play primarily Red Rock, Durango, Palms, maybe Bellagio once in a while. I used to play Aria, but a little bit, but they seem to be a little bit more bouncy for me.
Oh, yeah, dude, they're so bouncy. They're super bouncy. Yeah. They're some of the bounciest there is. You just need a super soft touch for Aria. But again, I like that whole environment down there. It's one of the best craps pits there is as far as pro craps pits. Yeah. But I where you are. I think you're like 2 minutes from Durango. I think like literally
5 minutes Durango, 10 minutes to Red Rock, and then 10 minutes down to the Palms, just going that way toward the strip.
Yeah.
So
yeah, and then a little quick chat here. Brian. Yes,
Palms plays strip on the field.
Yeah, see, I never play the field.
The only problem with the Palms, I've been going when I go early. There's already people there, lots of times, So, but anyway, so that's the first shift. Live in Vegas. I think it's a big plus if you do. Number 2 is your mindset.
Hey, hold on, Tony.
Go ahead.
Hey, let me get hold on. Where are you rushing off to? Let me get a couple questions. Let me check this chat after each one. All right. Okay. Let me see this. First of all, Globe says, "What's your early morning bankroll, Tony?"
We're gonna get into that in a minute.
All right, we'll save that. Okay, good. All right, let me ask a couple of Brian's in here. Tony played with the HCS group, but admired his consistent discipline. He made his money, said his goodbyes, and left the table. Props to Tony. He's the man. Nice, dude.
Thank you, Brian.
And then Birdies and Aces says, playing golf in the sim and watching 10 Ton and Tonyleo. What is the sim?
I don't know. I'm not a golfer.
What is that? I should know. Sometimes I don't know. And then let me see if there's anything else. Chow. Do you know Chow? I don't know. Chow's
Daryl. I know Daryl. He's one of my guys.
Oh man, he's in Kauai. He was on that show.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. And then let's see. Ed, shout out to Ed. Co-host.
Roll the win. Hi, Ed.
He says, got to play with Tony a while back, enjoyed meeting and playing together. All right. Oh, Globe says home golf simulator.
Oh, he's at home. Yeah, he's practicing a swing at home. That's cool.
Yeah. Okay. All right, Tony. Number 2.
Number 2, baby, is your mindset. Your mindset is the middleman between the events that happen to you while you're playing and your reaction to those events. It's a simple way of thinking that determines your behavior, your outlook, your mental attitude. For the past 25 years, you guys have always heard me say, be the predator, not the prey. So here's how I kind of relate that to the craps table. You stalk your prey, so you're going to find your table. You're going to pick your table, okay? Then you're going to attack your prey. You're going to be committed to your game, and you're going to know every move that you're going to do. Then you're going to capture your prey. You're going to profit, color up, and leave. That's it. That's what I mean by a predatory mindset. So also, though, the main thing with mindset is you want to train your mind to see advantages, not obstacles. The 2 I hear the most in the craps community is number 1, I'm going to buy in for 200-300. When I lose it, I'm gone. Well, what do you think is going to happen to that guy? Okay. Or the other one that everybody says is take to the casino what you can afford to lose. Everybody in the world says it. It's in every book out there. I don't view it that way. I like to take to casino what I need to win. Just a different way to think. Okay. So, big difference. Mindset's important. If your mind's not in control, your game won't be either. You're already playing a defense before you make your first bet. So, and that's not the way I play. So think positive, get rid of all the negativity, and be the predator, not the prey.
I like that, man. The apex predator, man, going in with that killer, the killer mindset.
Yep.
Tony,
and then when I get to the table, so even if I know I'm going to go to the casino, I plan the night before. I mean, I put my clothes out, I put my socks out, I got my bankroll in a rubber band. I got everything there. And then when I leave, I know the casino I'm going to. I know the method I'm going to play. And I get to the casino, I buy in, I chat with the dealers for a minute. And then for the next 30 to 45 minutes, I own that spot. I'm looking to hit my 20% goal. I'm comfortable. I'm confident. And now it's just me, the dice, and the results. That's it. Nothing else matters.
That reminds me when I was a little kid, dude. Mom would, except she'd have a little bag lunch for me too. I almost wish I still had that, dude. You know that? I almost wish here, 10-ton, here's your thing, and here's your little bag lunch with your snacks.
So,
all right.
But take what you need to win. Don't take what you can afford to lose.
Tony, someone asked me this a long time ago. They're like, why do you have to buy in so big? I'm like, well, what you're not seeing right now is the fact that I might need $8,000 to put a layout on this. And so I'm planning ahead for that, or I might need to put a max lay on this number. That's why you might not see me come close with that bets, but having that, because I'm planning on hopefully needing that. And so it's at my disposal. So I think in that way too. I agree with you on that.
Well, yeah, exactly. So, but ready for number 3?
No, here we go. Let me get some comments, man.
Get them.
Okay. Was the second period started yet in that hockey game?
It's 1-1 still. Just started.
Okay. All right, good. All right, here we go. Ed, hit that like button and subscribe. I'm really bad at that, Tony. Yeah. I never say that. I should do that. Little John from ProCrap says, "What's up, Tony and 10-ton? John's in town." He said he's been trying to call you, I think.
Well, I tried. I texted him back and whatnot, so I don't know. He's busy.
All right, and then SJ, good evening, 10-ton, Mr. Leo, everyone.
Hey.
And then Chow says, Tony's the straight up predator.
Oh, yeah.
Dude, that's a Chow, man. Chow is very funny. All right. And then I missed a comment up from, Mudslide Mac. Tony knows what is what in Vegas and how to approach craps as a moneymaker. Much respect.
Thanks, Mudslide.
And then let's see. John, that's my favorite Tony quote of all time. Take what you need to win, not what you can afford to lose.
Absolutely.
Gold. He continues. Your bankroll is your hammer. It's your leverage.
Absolutely. We're going to get more into bankroll here coming up.
All right, let's go to this one, man.
Number 3. All right, guys.
3, Tony.
This is important. Play solo. Okay. And you have that opportunity here in Vegas. Playing solo keeps you in control. The biggest advantage you have is you get the dice right back. Now you can adjust, you can adjust and conquer. A good DI can make things happen and create short-term trends, okay? So when you're playing solo like that. No other players can screw you up. The dealers aren't holding the game up at all. And you can stay in the zone you want to be in. And that's why I play solo, because you get the dice right back. When you're shooting at a full table, let's say, the dice are going to travel to the next guy, and you don't want to leave a lot of money on the table when you 7 out. 1 roll or 10, that's a big negative for me. So I care less what I leave on the table and concentrate on what I'm putting in my rack. I'm not thinking like everybody else because I'm getting the dice right back. Okay. I'm not having the same nightmare everybody else is having. Okay. So you have to put yourself in a position of strength. All right. And that's what you need to do. Let me ask you guys a question though. A random shooter, supposedly according to the math, is going to shoot 6 or 7 times. A good DI is going to shoot maybe 8 to 10 times. How long do you have to shoot to be a consistent winner? Anybody?
I'll wait for some, if the chat questions come in, I will pop it up there.
So I'll give you the answer.
When you're playing
advantage dice control, we only need 1 win or 2 rolls of the dice, depending on the method we're playing, to be ahead of the game. You shift the edge big time when you play solo. When you get the dice right back, that is such a big benefit. You can adjust, what I call adjust and conquer. So that's why I play solo. And that's why, like I said, if you guys are playing with 10-ton, you're real lucky, because I don't play in groups. I would prefer to be by myself, or one other teammate. One other teammate, like if you play with Bump John, that's good, because one other teammate, if you're having a bad day and all he's got to do is roll 2 times or get 1 win, and it evens out the peaks and the valleys. So one other player is good. Plus, I play the field on every roll. So
Yeah.
if I'm at stick right and one of my guys is at stick left, I have to make that field bet on my own. Sometimes you get caught in shit and I forget to make it. So my team player will say, "Hey, Tony, you going to play that field again?" You know, they'll say things. You can do things. So one other teammate's good too. Solo or with one other guy. That's my MO.
I think I would tend to agree with you. I mean, there are those times when the groups can be good, but I've had the best. It just seems from my personal experience, the best rolls have always been, or the best has been 4 or less.
Yeah, and you get the dice right back. That is such a big benefit.
Well, Tony, you know what? I'm going to be talking to Lip King next week when we a little plug. It was his birthday. He was out here. We went out and had a great time. I don't think he was used to this because we had a table at Palms and it was just me, him, Jokers Are Wild from Montreal, and Bump John. And he shot. Well, I was shooting great. I had all double-digit rolls that night. And after I was done, he was like, "No, get the dice back." They all like passed that back to me 3 times. It was great. And then when I was done, he got the dice next. He was in stick left 1. He PSO'd, I think. But then we're like, "No, dice right back to you," so that you could find. I mean, I encourage bring the shooter, whoever it is, to
I
get
agree too. I like
multiple. You could find your zone, you could find everything versus waiting and going in a proper order.
Absolutely.
I just think it's like we're all on that same page. And that's what we did a lot of times. And those smaller groups make it easier to say no one's going to, get their panties, in a bunch as far as, dude, let this guy find his zone. We got plenty of time. We're here all on the same page.
Sometimes it takes you 1 or 2 times to find your zone, so 0.7 out, then you roll 20 times. That happens a lot.
Yeah. Let me hit the chat for a second too.
Go ahead.
Globe says, "Tony, after buying in, do you play right away or do you watch the table before buying in?"
I'm the only one there. What am I going to watch? Right?
I don't know. Watch the,
No. But what I might do is if I throw and I like 0.7 out right away, then before I do any crazy betting, I'll just same bet it again and see where I'm at, make any adjustments. But again, when you get the dice right back, you can do that.
59 Chevy, shout out. You can tell 10 Ton has played card tournaments. You need extra to cover that all in. You do need extra. I'm a big fan of having more than less. X-Man, yes. Diggs running. He digs running Lone Wolf. Also, have fun 99. You control the pace when you play solo. Very, very, very true.
But my pace, when I'm playing, my pace is fast. I'm always getting the dealer. I want the dice right away, because when I get in that zone, I'm looking at that landing zone. I'm focusing on that one particular spot, and I want the dice right away. So you can do it at your own pace. Sometimes if when I 7 out, then I'll take a break for a minute and do a chip count or something like that. But for the most part, I want to keep throwing.
I'm with you on that. I'm a very fast.
Yeah.
I default as a fast player. Yeah. And having a lot of other bets on the far side of the table just it actually just annoys me. That's why Bump John knows, because he's usually in stick left 1. If we're at a table together, he knows to get his bets in fast. Like he just knows. Yeah. And he does it. And I'm grateful that he does that. Jeff 5968 or Jeff, maybe that's Jeff L 5968. Do you set the dice and what set do you use?
Well, of course I set the dice, and my dice sets give you your dice sets, whatever, they give you dice tendencies that you want to use. But yeah, I do set the dice. I have a couple of different dice sets for on-axis results, and I have a couple different dice sets for off-axis results, depending on what I'm doing.
Sweet Rolls from Florida says, Hello, Sweet Rolls. She says, it never goes well when I meet up with people to play. And then Tex Arcadian, no luck with most groups.
That's Stan.
And
That's Stan.
yep,
Yep. Hey, Stan.
yep. And he was just in Vegas. I missed meeting up with him. Kevin M1601. When I play solo on an empty table, I feel like the casino shill. It's like flies on shite. Everyone comes out of the woodwork and packs the table. I then color up and walk away.
Beautiful. If you live in Vegas, that's real easy to do.
Ask DK Live, do you tip the dealers right from the start when you are playing solo to get the dealers on your side?
Absolutely. The first thing I do is I'll throw like an $8 horn out and a $2 yo for the dealers. I put them on the pass line once my point's established. I'll put them on. If I press up whatever number, I'll put a nickel on there for them as well. So I press throughout my game, not at the end. So, but when over the years, I mean, I'm not really tipping a lot because, I mean, if they hit a hop, it's 15-1, type of thing. So, or if I hit the yo, it's 15-1. So I do that the whole session.
Yeah. Tony, you know what?
$1, $3, $5. It depends.
I tip different. I tip right when I start. And it just evolved into, you know what, you're going to be up, just get these up on your number. If it's $32, I'm like, here, this is your tip for the entire roll right now. Make whatever you can on this. But I do it because I don't even want to be bothered. I just want to hear we're starting. Now I'm not even worried about tipping right now, unless it's going to be, I throw out a two-way, hard way somewhere in the roll. But for the most part, and that's just like, it made my life a lot easier. There's no extra, it's all done before everything starts. You deal with that now. Yeah.
I tip them along the way. I never do it at the end. When I color up, I'm gone. I mean, if I got like a $10, if I won whatever, 1,000 and I have 1,025, I'll throw them the quarter.
Copy that. Yeah, it's going along the way. Grasshopper says, Tony is right. Predator, greater than Survivor. And then, dude, shout out Tex Arcadian with the $4.99, Tony. All right. I'll give you a little cut of that, Tony. All right. All right. All right. Let's see. Advantage. Advantage Players Workshop. I always ask for a new deck, new cut, and new shuffle after I 7 out. Oh my God. Yeah. Let's see. Pat the Plow. Used to think this game was about high diving with your friend, or maybe high-fiving with your friends. Mindset has become just the opposite as I've learned to shoot.
Mindset's big.
And then Moonshine. Hey, Tony, Moonshine says, how does a guy sign up for Tony's system? I know that he had
just go to my website, thegamingpro.com, and there'll be a link at the top that says order now. Real easy.
Yeah. Yeah. And then let me see what else is in here. Dealers are on almost every bet I am. It just works well for everyone and the atmosphere. And then it says, good evening. All right. That's good. Roan, good evening too. Tony, let's get to
number 4, baby.
Number 4. All right. All right. Let's do it.
Okay. Number 4 is have a repeatable playing and betting system. There's a lot of guys out there that say they don't use a system of any kind, which in my opinion, I just think that's ridiculous. Okay. How do you beat a game that was built for you to lose without a strategy? I'm what you call a method gambler. You have to put yourself in a position of strength. We have a structure, a game plan, a winning formula, whatever you want to call it, okay, that wins minimum 27 days out of 30. And the way that happens is by these 10 things that I'm covering with you today. So you guys that have tables and whatnot, test your method and your betting. If it doesn't win, if it's not going to win every month, throw it in the trash, okay? Find a strategy and process that will work for you. if you want real consistent returns. Structure and discipline will always outperform emotion. I mean, when I'm shooting, I know I'm going to level 2 or 3. I know I'm going to roll 20 to 40 times to hit my goal. I know how much I'm going to win or lose. So it's a business, and you need to treat it as such. Okay, so if you're running a business, you're not going to open a business without some sort of a business plan. I'm sure Trump and all the other world leaders out there, they're not just fucking throwing boats in the water. I mean, they got some sort of plan of attack, for that. So have the plan of attack. Your strategy is your weapon. You just need to train the warrior how to use it. Okay, that's it. So have a plan, follow the process, and let the plan and your money plan, which we'll get into, go to work for you.
Tony, I got a question for you.
Go ahead.
Just as I was thinking, it's when I was in jail this last 60 days, I spent a lot of time focusing on what I was going to do when I got out of it. And looking back at my playing, sometimes I will come up with what I feel like is a great, strategy integration of multiple systems overall into my strategy. There are times, and sometimes in my old self, I would deviate just a little bit. Like part of it was I need to play max odds on this thing because I have a tendency to buckshot and hit a lot of my points. And then you get to the table and you change. I found that when I just went out again, I was very successful. I mean, it killed. So at one point up over 20,000 this weekend coming out of jail playing. Now, the thing that you said, it was that sometimes the old way, I would almost have this plan, but then not stick to it. It takes a lot of discipline to stick to what you've worked on at your table and just stay on that and not make this last minute change. Like, for example, I'm playing full odds and that means for me, 1,500 behind an 8, right? When my points, when my point's an 8, because I'm playing $300 on the pass. But previously, I might be like, oh, I'll just put 300 or 600. I found a huge difference with sticking to that. And that's mental thing of like, this is my plan. This is what I've worked on. And then getting live in that situation and not changing it.
Right.
Do you ever find yourself at a table, maybe changing what you should do and what your plan is? Or is it always, we're sticking to this no matter what, even if I lose, it works?
So first of all, the method I'm going to play, I mean, I already know the dice set I'm going to use and what that dice set does for me on my own table, which doesn't mean shit at the casino, but it does in a roundabout way. So if I'm playing, I play 3 ways. I played the same MO all my life. Okay, all it is, I play the 6 and the 8 and the field, the 4, 6, 8, 10 and the field, or the 5, 6, 8 and the field. That's it. Those are the only 3 ways I play, and then I cherry pick my hot bets. So the dice set I'm using predominantly is going to give me the 6 and the 8s or the 4 and the 10s, whatever method I'm using. So if that's not working, the only thing I'm going to maybe change is the grip or the landing zone or something like that. I'm not going to change the complete method and go to something else. So I'm going to follow it through.
Okay. Yeah. I think that's really, really important. And just from my first person sort of experience recently, that was a sort of a pain point for me, was not totally sticking to the plan. And every part of the plan is a must. Like, that full odds made a big difference, although it's one of the scariest parts of my plan or anything. But let's see. You know what? Stan says, Tex Arcadian, Tony is the man, wouldn't be where I'm at now. Yep. Nice, man. And then Pat the Plow says, great point, 10-ton, on whatever point I just made. Globe, how often do you practice and for how long, Tony, before we get to the next one?
So I practice every day for the most part, but it's just in my normal day because I'm retired. So when I go play in the morning, by the time I play and have breakfast and run to the cleaners, I'm home by 7 o'clock, 7:30 in the morning. So now I'm doing things. And whenever I'm walking past my craps table, I'll do a set and I'll throw 25 times. Now it might take me an hour to throw 25 times because I might throw 5 times, go do something else, come back, throw another 10 times. This way it's like I'm brand new. And then once I do my 25 times, I'll record my rolls and see how much money I made based on what method I was playing. So I'm throwing pretty much every day. And let's not say every day. Let's just say 5 days a week. How many days? Okay.
Yeah. How many days a week are you playing, Tony?
2 days. And I'm going to get into that, but I play 2 days a week craps and then 2 days a week blackjack. So, and then I sports bet 7 days a week, but my craps play is early in the morning. So when I'm done with my craps play, I'm lucky because when I play blackjack, I only play double deck, and both Durango and Red Rock have a good double deck game for me. So when I leave the craps table at whatever, 5:30, I can pretty much find my own dealer at the blackjack table as well. So I can play, I can do my thing there for a little while as well before I come home. And I'm sitting down, relaxing there. So it's a little bit different atmosphere.
Man, I'm getting up when you're coming home.
Oh, yeah.
Sam Out says, that commitment to the plan is key. I struggle with that. Could be why I've been married 3 times. Yep. All right, let's get to the next one. But Jeff, 5, 6, and 8 take down the field. How do you deal with the bleed of losing on the field bet? I think that's going to be a deep question for you.
So what do you mean by that?
Well, what, me? Because I mean, you've got a pretty you've got an intricate, betting systems.
So, but I don't take down the field. I leave it up.
I think so. I mean, I think you've got to actually know what your whole system is.
Well, yeah.
And that involve the field. So it's not just what I was saying is that's a very in-depth question, I think, as far as when you're taking down the field.
Well, let me just say this. Everybody else in the world plays the 5, 6, 8 field. They call it the Iron Cross. They play it the same way. And I think what he means by that is you might get paid $30 or $35 on the 6 and 8, but because of the field, you're not whatever. So I play I call it the 5, 6, 8 field. I put this out on numerous videos, but basically I'll separate. It'll be tied in for a time being, the 5, 6, 8 field. But there's going to be a time where I'm going to break away, and that field bet's going to be on its own. So now I might be at a level 2 field bet. And so if I have a $30 6, I'll still get paid the $35, but now I'm going up on my field increments till I win that, and then I start that over. So there's a time where those are 2 independent bets. They're not tied in any longer. Okay. So
Tony, your bets, you're running almost like 2 things in there, like 2 levers are going up and down sort of at the same time.
Sometimes 3.
Yeah, sometimes 3, right? And the field would be one of them.
That's right.
Yeah. Before we get to
so basically, I'll keep it tied in, so if I throw like I'm throwing fields, that's fine. But if I throw like a 5, I'll lose my field. If I throw a 6, I'll lose my field. So that's 2 rolls without a field. And if I'm throwing a set that gets me fields, so now I'll just break away from that and I'll go to my level 2 field bet now. Now I'm not tying it in. So so now I'll just go up 7 levels on that possibly. And because of what I throw and how I throw, I'm going to hit it.
This is a very Matt Hatter says, does Tony have a handle?
All right. So here's a bonus question. Okay. I've had a handle since 2016, but I've never used it. Does anybody other than my guys out there know what it might be? It's a plaque. There's a plaque right above my craps table with it on it too. So if you've been here, you might have seen it. But anyway, my handle is T Money. Just the letter T and then money. And that I was named that by one of my team guys. His name's Paul. He goes by Guido. So he called me that. So,
is Guido Italian?
Yeah, he's here in Vegas. Yeah.
Oh man, dude, how come I don't know him? We could go to like the San Gennaro Fest or something. Do they have that here, Tony? Huh?
So what's that?
Do they have that festival here? I know they used to have that.
Yeah.
Yeah, let's go. Dude, I need to to know Guido. Jesus.
Yeah. His name's Paul. But we ready for number 5?
Yeah, 3-1 Carolina. Jesus, man.
No, it's not 3-1. I'm looking at 2-1.
I guess he just came out to 3-1, man. That's what Stent Placer says. 3, unless that's a typo, Stent.
That must be a typo because it's 2-1.
All right, 2-1. Unless you're on a delay. I don't know.
Oh, wait a minute. I am, because they just scored 3-1.
Oh, man.
Right now.
Man. It says Leo the Lion. That would have been a good one. That would have been a good one. All right. Let's go, Tony. What are we on? Number 5?
Number 5. Now it gets good, guys. So number 5 is how to bet. Betting seems to be the biggest challenge for craps players. There's 2 main keys to successful betting. Number 1, you have to have a plan and a betting strategy with an edge, one that makes profits consistently month in, month out, like our 27-3 program, the way we've set it up that way. Okay. So if you have that, you're on track. Number 2, you need to consistently execute the strategy to be fully disciplined, follow the process, hit it and get out of there. So that's it. So that's pretty much what you need to do that. Let's cover the ways to bet. Number 1 is same bet. Okay. In my opinion, you have no power when you same bet. I don't believe the game of craps can be consistently beaten using a same bet type of strategy. For me, it's worthless. Okay. So if you're talking about same bet. Number 2.
Hey, can I interrupt you on that? What do you mean by what do you mean? What do you mean? I'm just going to as same bet is part of a flow as far as a press schedule?
No, like same bet. Like you better, if you bet a $10 pass line, your next bet's a $10 pass line. You just flat bet it all the time. Same bet or flat bet. Okay. Same thing. So I don't think it'll work. Okay. There's probably no game that'll really work in. All right.
Yeah.
But okay. So number 2 is an up on a win, which is something we all do. We do it when we press. We do it when we're using like a 2-win parlay or let it ride or something like that. It's just we go up on a win. So that would be number 2. All right. Number 3, here we go. I want to talk about the regression system. A lot of players use a regression. It is not my style of play. Okay. In my view, you're cutting your potential wins down dramatically. I mean, you could have another 30 roller. It doesn't matter. The only time I regress is when I go up a level after a loss. Then I take that 1 win and start over. And at level 1 is where I do all my pressing. If you're doing a regression and you 7 out before you hit 1 or 2 wins and you just same bet again, you're going to get destroyed. That's what everybody, when I see a regression on YouTube, they're all doing that. They all say, all right, we're going to do, whatever, a 220 inside, we're going to take 1 hit, we're going to drop it down, blah, blah, blah. But nobody tells you what they're going to do when, bam, you 7 out right away. You put all that money out, you 7 out, they're all same betting. Okay. That's destroys you. Now your plan's out the window. It's hard to come back. All right. So go up a level for 1 win, then regress. That's how the regression works best. Okay. So you guys on YouTube might want to think about that. I mean, when I play, I'm not looking to get my money back and then play on their money. All right. So, or break even and say it was a good day. That's not me. I'll go up a level and assume that risk because craps is a game of action, so, and 1 win, that's what you're doing, is the strongest thing out there. All right. Everybody knows how hard it is to get 2, 3, 4 wins in a row. That's friggin' hard. 1 win rocks. Okay. So another style of betting that people seem to lose is the ladder system. All right. So you guys who use the ladder system's been around for 50 years. I simply call it an up on a loss, down on a win. Okay. But your ladder still needs 2, 3, 4 wins, depending on how high up the ladder that you are. Okay. So I'd rather put my money out there get one win, my money back plus profits, and start my press. Okay. And the best part about that, it's easy to do when you get the dice right back. So that's the part about that. You don't have to worry about passing the dice because you're getting them back. I mean, you could be the best DI out there, but if you don't know how to bet, you're screwed. So that's the 4 major ways to bet. Same bet, up as you win, the regression, or an up as you lose. So everything other than the one win needs 2, 3, or 4 wins to get back to square one.
I personally, I'm a big regression guy, but it's just part of a lot of my systems. In the very
would you regress if you knew you were getting the dice right back?
Yeah, dude. I'm regressing, but I regress, Tony. I regress in the very short term. So I use the regression in sub 10 rolls. The regression is a big part. Not only is it's not a same bet, but I do this thing that the 10-ton 2-hit takedown, and that is just to refuel, sort of top off the gas tank in sub 10 rolls, where it's either going to be like, for example, if I've got 100 on the 10, I'm sorry, 100 on the 5 or 9, which is what I would bet, my starting bet on that. I'm going to drop them 10 on the first hit, and I'm going to go. So that's a power press up to 250. That next hit, I'm staring at. I'm staring at $600, and I'm going to take it.
That's a different deal. That's totally a different deal.
So that regression, though, but I'll use that regression in the very short term, and then it will change. It won't just be like I'm just going to use this and always use this, I guess, method or this system. I'm going to change that as the roll continues. But I'm a big fan of implementing some type of regression. I think you got to put money in the rack. But I agree with you on the same bet. I think I've often described it as death by 1,000 paper cuts.
So that's different though. When you're doing that, you're pressing, then you're hitting that plateau, and then you're going to regress. That's different than just starting out, and doing it that way.
Yeah. So. I'm not a big fan of the across, put a lot of money out there and then regress.
Yeah.
But I'm not a big across guy. But you are not an across person. You are like, you've got usually like 3, correct me if I'm wrong, but like maybe 3 couple place bets. You're not an across guy.
So I'm not an across guy only because when we're playing the across, we only have 3 levels. Okay. When I'm playing my 4, 6, 8, 10, I have 4 levels. When I'm playing my 6 and 8, I have 5 levels. Okay. So you can't really do a regression on the 4 through 10. You can, but if you lose, you only got if I go up a level, if I lose that regression, I only got 1 bullet left. Okay. So where if I start at level 2, let's say on my 6 and 8, I still got another 3 levels. Okay? Yeah. So it works out a little differently.
Now, Tony, for people that are listening that might not understand that you're mentioning your levels, can you just briefly say, like, that's part of what you teach, and where they could find it, and if they want it. You might as well, so that they're not like, what is he talking about, levels?
So there's different ways to bet. You don't always have to go up a level. When you look at the charts that we do on my charts, you could do it. It shows an up as you lose, but on that same chart, it's the same bet. You can look at the regression. There's different things you can look at on those methods, how we do it. But yeah.
And Tony, to find that, you are not, and sorry I don't mean to derail you, but you are not teaching anymore, are you?
Yeah, I'm teaching. So I'm playing more. I am teaching. I'm doing my tune-ups. I do what's called extreme tune-ups. And if you order my course and you come out here, you get me, just like always. I'm not really doing any more workshops. Okay. For the last 25 years, I've taken everybody call. I've had free workshops for 25 years. That's over. I'm not doing that anymore. So
okay.
I'm still teaching. I still got my instructors out there. Anybody can take a lesson with them as well. They're great,
Okay.
So I got all that going. I'm still teaching. I'm just doing less of it, maybe.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, more you time. More you time. All right, man. Let's go. Number 7.
Number 6. Okay, here we go.
Number 6, dude. Number 6.
All right, here we go. I want to discuss the power of the two numbers, the number 6 and the number 1. Okay, which everybody knows that's what I look for. These two numbers set the stage and give you more opportunities to win. Okay, let me explain. If you're not seeing a 1 or a 6 on one of your dice, you're never going to get paid double or triple on the field. Can't. You'll never be able to throw a horn number. All 4 of them require a 1 or a 6. You'll never throw your ATS either side. You need them. You'll never hit the extremes playing crapless. And it's perfect for my hot bets. It sets up your presses big time. Some of you guys crack me up. You'll load up on the ATS, okay? But during your roll, you're calling the 2, 3, 11, and 12 sucker bets and carnival bets. Yeah, I say learn to throw them and profit. Okay, so, but that's the importance of the 6 and 1. Every time you see a 6 or a 1 on one of my dice, I'm getting paid somewhere.
Yeah.
And we set the dice. I set the dice to see a 1 or a 6. That's my whole game plan, because now I'm hitting my hops. I'm getting paid on my box number. I'm getting paid on the field. I'm getting paid on the hops. So we'll get into that here in the next couple of minutes.
Can I, speaking of the of what you just said with the 6s and those, I mean, obviously I'm a big ATS person. So your thoughts on that, or am I going to derail you by asking that?
No, there's nothing wrong with that. Play. I mean, if that, but you're using the 6 and the 1 to get your ATS. Why not get paid on it in the field or on a hop as well?
Yeah,
that's what I'm saying. You get paid 3 ways.
John from ProCrap says, even though he says, by the way, John's new channel is called Casino Gaming Central. I saw him and I'm like, I'm sorry, I'm always going to call you John from ProCraps. So he knows that. So when I call him ProCraps, it's okay. Wheel the ones. I'm the same. I've only done it live on the Marty a few times, but I'm damn confident in that move with the chopper and the ones on top.
Well, that's what you call reading your rolls. I mean, that's good. That's where you need to be. If you're going to be a DI, you need to learn all that. So you need to understand all the other principles and concepts of advantage dice control. You need to know your mechanics. You need to know how to get results shooting for both on-axis and off-axis results. You need to know what your signature numbers are, your dominant momentum, and you need to learn how to read your rolls. When you read your rolls, when you toss the dice out there, you're getting back valuable intel that you can use, for the next rolls. So that's very big. Okay, so a picture will start to emerge. You'll be able to recognize your signature numbers, your dominant momentum, and your SWR. Okay, so that's what you need. So let's talk about SWR for a minute, because nobody knows what that is. Okay, SWR is, I changed the metric SRR to SWR years ago. Okay, and so should you. All right, my metric is,
what's that stand for?
SWR stands for 7 to wins ratio.
Okay, let's do it.
So
yeah.
How many times did I win? You guys listen to this real good. How many times did I win before I 7'd out? That is a true measurement of winning. Okay, let me explain. You guys could roll the dice 8 times without hitting a 6 or 8 and still have a great SRR. But if you weren't set up to get paid on those rolls, your SRR is meaningless. It's not a true measurement of winning. The goal isn't fewer 7s. The goal is more wins per roll. Okay, SWR measures what you're actually there for, profits. So shift your focus to SWR, your 7 to wins ratio. How many times did you win versus SRR? That means nothing. Okay,
Tony. So to be clear, how are you defining a win?
A win is a win. Whatever I'm betting on,
any bet that wins.
Yeah,
that's how you're defining a win.
So if I win 4 times before I 7 out, my SWR that was 4.
Copy that. Yeah,
that's 4 wins. So and I mean, I can do that, and I don't need a large whatever SRR, whatever you call it. I don't use that no more. Okay, I mean, it's just doesn't mean anything to me. I'd rather, like I said, that counts. It's not about fewer sevens. It's how many wins you're getting paid on. Okay, wins per roll. So
getting paid. That's what it's all about, right?
Yeah. So another thing out here, in regards to some concepts and whatnot, is you need a big bankroll. So everybody says you need a big bankroll to play that way or this way or whatever. But bankroll, what bankroll do you need to accomplish what you want? Okay, could you 1010? Could you accomplish what you want if you just bought in for 1,000?
No.
Okay,
absolutely not.
Okay, all right. So you got to ask yourself, what bankroll do you need to accomplish what you want? Advantage dice control is not a one size fits all. Your dice set is yours. Your signature numbers are yours. Your bankroll level is yours. Okay. The framework is the structure, but how you fill it in should reflect your own personal dice tendencies, your SWR, and your honest read of where you are financially. That's how you determine what bankroll is right for you. Okay, not you need a big bankroll to play this guy's method or whatnot. It depends on where you're at, what you want to do.
Tony, what you said is that, but a long time ago, $1,000, I could get done what I wanted to do, but things change as you mature as a player. You know, I would have been super stoked, winning X amount, but that was my bankroll at one point. Hey, listen, I want to interrupt you because John's chiming in again. He says SWR matters, but the W has to be counted as a take back, not a leave up. It's banked wins, not just hits. And I think people might lose that nuance. Do I have that right, Tony?
I don't get it. So what does it 7 to wins ratio? How many times did I win during my roll? I don't, what's he talking about? John, I don't get it.
Does the W, the wins, has to be counted as a take back, meaning that you're.
What's a take back?
It's banked wins, not just hits. So I think you guys are saying the same thing.
So
John,
if I got an $18 six and I win $21 and I do that twice, I won $42. I mean, what's a take back? I don't get it.
That means. I'm pretty sure that means you're taking the cash, putting it in your rack. I am putting it in my rack. Okay, let's see. So if I quote unquote won 5 times out of 7, but left them all out there as pressed bets and never collected, are those W's?
All right. So John, you know how I play because I taught you how to do this at one time. But if you won 5 times and you 7 out, those 5 wins are in my rack. I'm going to level 2 to get what I just fucking lost.
Yeah.
Okay? So I don't count that. That's 5 wins. There's no take back or give back. I'm going, whatever I lost when I 7'd out, whatever's up on the table, I'm going to get that back because I'm going to level 2. Does that make sense? Is that the right wording? Is that what he wants?
I think it explained it to me, and he explained it. I like that little sidebar. All right. Let's go. What do you think, Tony?
All right. So hold on. So let me get where I was here. Okay.
You said John's chiming in again. I like it. He's quick on the keyboard, man. He's sitting in front. That's the nuance. I wanted people to hear you say that. You have to collect.
Absolutely. Absolutely. So, all right.
Collected.
Where am I here? Okay. So don't forget your bankroll pertaining to how I play gives you the power of reserves and the strength to resolve, meaning that I have the bankroll to go my 4th level, 3rd level, what I want to do. I have it in my pocket and I only need 1 win to resolve it. So
Tony, repeat that again.
So your bankroll gives you the power of reserves and the strength to resolve, meaning the power of reserves is my bankroll. The strength, the resolve is I only need one win or 2 rolls of the dice, depending on what I'm playing. If I'm playing my 6 and 8, I need a 6 or an 8. If I'm playing my 5, 6, 8 field, I get paid on every number, so I only need 2 rolls. You follow me? So that's how you do that. So that's
I like that power of reserves and to resolve. Yeah, that's pretty good. And I know you didn't have Chat GPT help you write that. That's all Tonyleo.
No, this is, guys. I got 10 sheets here that I've typed up for this. I've been working on this.
That's old school, man. I like that.
I know. I'm old school.
I like that.
So, but getting back to some of these things, I wanted to say this to anybody. If anybody out there, let's see, if you guys can show me a method and the bankroll needed that can earn me $1,000 a day while playing less than an hour and winning month in, month out, I'll buy it.
Yeah. And I don't know if anyone can show that to you.
I'm just saying, that's what we have. We can do that. Okay, so my work day is less than an hour. So, and we'll get to that in a minute. But you ready for number 8?
Numero ocho.
All right, number 8. Number 8 is another one. This one concept will change how you look at your craps game forever. It's called the power of multiple wins. Okay, most DI treat the field, the horns, and the hops as a sucker bet. High house edge to avoid at all costs. Okay, I've been proving this concept for the last 25 years. It's called multiple wins. When your dice produce the right result, you want to be getting paid in as many ways as possible on that single roll. So let me give you an example. When I'm playing my 4, 6, 8, 10, for example, and I'm playing the field, and then I'm playing my hops. So, and I throw a 6, 4, 10 for, let's say, I'm getting paid on my 10, I'm getting paid in the field, and I'm getting paid on my hop. Okay. That one roll pays me 3 times. That's not luck. That's by design. Okay. You get out quicker, and the compounding of your wins per roll is exactly how you turn 14 rolls into 22 wins. Okay, that's the idea behind it. All right, my Super 7 hop system has revolutionized the way people play craps today. All right, 15 years ago, I was getting a lot of skepticism about it. Not anymore. Today, more and more players are hopping, making money on it, seeing it work. That's a good thing. So, anyway, so that's that. Any instructor, in my opinion, that dismisses the prop bets, they're not throwing them consistently, they're not betting them intelligently, or they're reading the same shit 30-year-old books that won't work today. Okay?
Oh man, all right. I like it. It's getting spicy, man. About the prop bets.
We're getting to the nitty-gritty now. So
I feel it.
But let me say, you got a question?
Well, I want to tell you something, Tony, that I know you don't know exactly how I play all the time, but there's something, your power of multiple wins was so similar to something that I would always say. I mean, they're almost the same thing, but I would always tell people, I say, you know what that is? When I was like, that's the jackpot win. When I've got multiple numbers, like for example, let's say I need a 10, right? Like this is a perfect example. 3 ways to hit this. Let's say I need a 10 for the ATS, right? 10 comes in, I got that. I got a hard way bet on the hard 10, and I've got a place bet on the 10, right? And so it's like the power, I call that a jackpot win when it comes in with a hard 10. You get paid on the ATS, you get paid on the place bet, and then you get paid on the hard 10. And it's like, why is all this money coming over here? And it's because of that. I see the game like that. So there's a overlap of 2 circles where I love that concept. Multiple wins. I love it. I think it's really nice to see the game like that.
Yeah. So let's talk about my hops for a minute. For some of you math guys or some of you guys out there, as it relates to shifting the edge, the first hop that I put together was called my O-Hop. It just stands for original hop. Okay. Which is 7 bets.
I like that, dude. I like that. O-Hop.
O-Hop. It just stands for my original. It's the first one that I put together before I just discovered how versatile it is. Okay. So it's 7 bets. It's the 3-1, 4-1, 5-1, the 6-1, 6-2, 6-3, and 6-4. 14 ways to win. Okay. So listen up, math guys. Even a random shooter should throw that every 2.57 times. We get 7 shots at it. I have 7 levels at that bet. Okay. So that's like 2.5 to 1 in our favor on every roll. And I'm setting the dice for a 1 or a 6. And we only need 1 win. And I just threw 4 in a row. Where's the house edge? Or where's the edge? We shifted the edge to us by doing that. Okay. So what a lot of you guys call sucker bets, I call profit multipliers. All right.
I like that, Matt. Profit multipliers.
The field and the hops. You guys, if you used the power of the 6 and 1 and incorporated multiple wins, you'd add 5 to 10 more wins to your session all the time if you did that. So
I like that, dude. I like the IHOP.
O-Hop.
I like the IHOP too, dude. I have a.
Well, I'm sure somebody will come up with an IHOP too. Everybody.
I used to like going to IHOP too.
So we shift the edge to us. That's the main thing.
Yeah. Do not confuse the O-Hop. You got a lot of other hops though. I mean, you've been synonymous with that. I think people just don't necessarily understand how you're integrating those into your gameplay.
So, all right, let's go back to the 6 and 1 for a minute, okay? If I'm 6 dominant, let's say, meaning I have a 6 on more of my dice than I have a 1 on it, okay? I could hop the high, the 8, 9, and 10. That's still 7 bets, okay? I still have 7 levels. It's part of the system. If I'm 1 dominant, I can hop the 4, 5, and 6. Again, it's 7 bets. If you want to include the 7s, you hop the 3-way 7 and the horn. 4 bets there, 3 bets there. It's still 7 bets. Okay, so you got a lot of versatility that you can do. If you're 6 dominant, you can hop anything with a 6 on. 1 dominant, hop anything with a 1 on. Okay, so when you learn how to read your rolls and a picture emerges and you see all this instead of just being a thrower, okay, the throwing's not the system. It's the process behind the throw that makes it work. Okay, so that's pretty much it with the
EFSU says good DI has tight number groupings, and yes, why not hop bets? Great bonus money jackpot.
Especially if you're throwing them. I mean, when I say I cherry pick my hop bets, I don't necessarily make any hop bets until I see some. So when I see that I'm 1 dominant, I know the 3-1, 4-1, or 5-1 is in the making. Okay. Or if I'm 6 dominant, the 6-2, 6-3, 6-4. And if it's a 6-3, 6-4, I'm getting paid the field, the hop, blah, blah, blah. So
it's funny, when Bump John and I a long time ago, I think it's right after we hanging out with you, we were at a Horseshoe, right? And I was shooting, and Bump John was tracking. He's great, man. He's just a great guy to have there because he's like another set of eyes. And he's like, you realize you just threw a 1 on like 5 of these last rolls. And so then it's like perfect. The reason being, it's like, why are we not hopping the 1? And I mean, you got to be paying attention and noticing that as well. Obviously, that's a whole nother thing to keep in mind if you're going to.
Yeah, of course. But then you understand too, I mean, you have 7 levels with that if you want, or you can go 5 levels. You could do whatever you do. Sometimes here's something I'll give you guys. I'll put $5 on each one. So that's $35 on my O-Hops. Okay. And then I'll put a $35 field. And I'll have a $30 6 and 8. So let's say I hit my field, but I lose my hop. Well, I can do it like a hedge. It just canceled out. I don't have to do anything with it. I don't have to go to a level 2. Let's say I hit my 6. I won $35 on the 6, but I lost my $35 hop. It could be a wash. I don't have to go to level 2 on that. If I do want to go to a level 2, I don't necessarily have to go up on the hop. I'd rather do the field, because on the field I have 16 ways to win. On my hops, I have 14 ways to win. So even though I lost my hops, I'll go get it at level 2 on my field. Make sense?
Yeah. Hey,
Okay.
Tony, you know what I was thinking? Is this almost like apples and oranges? You don't necessarily have a come out game like a lot of, there's a lot of guys, almost everyone here. When I say like come out game, it's like, well, they're playing World Ace Deuce or all like hop the reds with a C. You don't necessarily play a come out game because you have a very distinct line of betting, correct?
Well, my come out game, when I first get to the table, obviously I got to put a pass line down to shoot. And then I'll make, like I said, an $8 horn bet and a $2 yo for the dealers. Okay.
Okay.
So I don't have a come out game that way, but throughout the session, my come out game, if I hit my point, I'm working on the come out.
Yeah.
So if I'm at level 2, it's whatever it is. If I'm at level 1, it's
right.
whatever it is. Yeah. So, but when I first, my game doesn't start with anything special.
Yeah. So but it's almost on the initial roll of the beginning of your session is basically that. Okay. Got
once the point's established, I know I'm going to place my 4, 6, 8, 10 in my field.
Yeah.
So that's level 1.
Yep.
That's where I'm at. Yeah.
Yep. Nice. You want to, what do you think? Should we head to number 9?
Got any questions or anything?
No, the questions have been coming in. I mean, Globe had asked, what was a Super 7 hop, but we just kind of covered that.
The Super 7 hop, how it was named is this. It's 7 bets. I have 7 levels, and we can get paid on the 7. So that's why I called it the Super 7 hop system.
Yeah, and then not to be confused with IHOP.
No, that's right.
Yeah, Tony, I'm going to come up with something just to name about the IHOP. All right, you want to go to number 9?
Let's go. Number 9.
Number 9.
Number 9, the money plan. Okay.
Let's do it.
All right. So I'd say I'm an aggressive player, but a conservative winner. Okay. So we have a daily money plan, and a monthly money plan. My daily plan, let me tell you what it is. My goal is 20%. So on a $5,000 buy-in, that's $1,000. Okay, that's my goal per day. It's $1,000.
So your bankroll that you're rolling up there with is 5 Gs.
Well, I have more than that. I took it up to 21,000, which would be 7,000 for 3 bankrolls. So, but just call it 5,000 for now. And so at 5,000 is my bankroll. 20% of that's 1,000. But my daily plan is 5. I do a 5% check. So on a $5,000 bankroll, I'm looking at $250. Once I hit $250, I do a check. How's everything going? If I'm going from level 1 to level 2, then I win, back to level 1, couple presses, level 2, I lose, I go to level 3, but I win, back to level 1. If everything's going in sync per se, now I go to 10%. Okay, that's my next goal.
So smooth sailing. You just keep on going, right?
So now once I hit $500, that's 10%. Then I do another evaluation. Did I have to grind to get there? If I'm playing the 6 and the 8 and I have 5 levels, did I get to level 4 a couple times? If I did, color me up. I'm taking my 500 and I'm going home. If everything is smooth sailing, like you say, level 1, I roll 10 times, I 7 out, I go to level 2, I roll 4 times, I 7 out, everything's fine. I just going back to level 1, up a level or 2, everything's good. Now I'm going to 20%. Okay. So once I hit 20%, that's normally where I'm looking to get out. So I'll take my bets down once I hit my goal. Now, if I was playing the 4, 6, 8, 10, I'll just bring it. Now I'll change and go to the 6 and the 8. Okay. See if I can make a hand and go up and do that a little bit. And
dude,
the minute I lose, I'm gone.
I got a nuanced question for you. If you're looking down in your bets, and let's say you're at like 15% or whatever, right? Right. And you're looking down at your bets and you're like, shit, I could take down all my fucking bets right now and be at 20%.
Absolutely.
Right?
That's
Would you do that?
Oh yeah, no. Yes and no. That's what I call getting out of the game. Okay, so I know I'm going to get out of the game, and if you have enough bets out there to where if you took them down, you're at your 20%. I would probably do that, but then I wouldn't just pass the dice or something because I'm still shooting. So like I said, I'd go to the 6 or the 8 and try and build another hand out of it. And when I 7 out, I just color up and leave.
Yeah, I tend to do that sometimes. I call it like I'm in chipmunk mode, and I just want to like, I have no problems taking money off the table. That's one thing I don't have a problem with, and I don't care if it hits again.
No, the daily plan my daily plan keeps me in check and controls my greed factor. Okay, and you can do that forever if you live here. Big advantage. Okay, again, you can do that forever if you live here. My monthly plan is what we call our 27 and 3 strictly business plan. And that's on all my other videos. You can see that too. So we have a daily plan and a monthly plan. Okay. So that daily plan is what keeps me in check.
And so essentially it could be anywhere from 5 to 20%.
Or 30% sometimes. Once I hit 20% and everything's still go, I mean, I'm rolling like crazy. I'm not going to stop until I do bad. Okay, I'm going to keep going. So
yeah,
or unless people come to the table or something, 4 guys walk up, I'll color up and go. I already made my goal.
Yeah.
So
copy that. Okay, it's good. You ready for
number 10, baby?
Number 10, man, my favorite number, obviously. Tony, 10 is always a captain for soccer teams. You know that?
No, I didn't.
10. Yeah, well,
all right.
World Cup time.
So number 10 is the last shift, baby. Play the short game. That's it. So remember something. The casinos, listen, guys, the casinos don't beat you when you're losing. They beat you when you're winning and you don't leave. Okay. When you're playing the short game, the long-term house edge is irrelevant. The casinos have no defense against a disciplined short-term player. My short game is 20 to 40 rolls in and out, less than an hour, with profits captured before variance has any time to hurt me at all. Okay. So short sessions are the strategy. Okay. The casino wins through time. We don't play by their rules. All right. We're not their regular customer. I live here. I get the dice right back. It's the mechanism that makes this whole system and whole process function. Okay. The casinos win by keeping you there. Their job is to treat you like a king, take every fucking dollar you have, and they don't care if you're on food stamps. So leaving is your most important shift of all. All right. So that's playing the short game. That's the last one.
Listen, man, that short game though, that is very easier. That's tough for everyone to do, let alone, dude, if you're coming in town.
Of course, that's different.
And you're coming in town to play craps. That's almost
different. Yeah. Well, but when you live here, it's an edge you definitely have. So let me sum it up. The difference between most craps players and consistent winners isn't the throw, like I said. It's the system behind the throw. Dice control without a smart playing and betting strategy and no clear way to measure winning is just, to me, an expensive hobby. When you combine a disciplined throw with multiple win structures, the right measurement of success, meaning SWR, and the discipline to follow the process, that's the shift that we need. I'm not the player they designed the game for. I'm something else. And that something else is the edge that matters.
Yeah, I think that's an important point right there. But playing, it's so Tony, would you say that in order to truly have an edge at this game, you really need to live here?
Oh yeah. Do you
or
think
around a?
Do you? Yeah. I lived here for this reason. I mean, I moved here for this reason. No, I don't think if I didn't do all 10 of these, I don't know if I'd be a consistent winner. That's just me, because There's so many, wrenches that can be thrown into the deal. So by living here and following your plan and multiple wins and short game, that's the difference. That is the shift. That's the main shift.
Yeah, there's a lot of, I mean, these are a very good, solid 10 concepts. What do you say? They're like commandments.
10 commandments, baby. The 10 shifts, of winning. So it's you need to shift to get the edge. So that's what this was about. If you're just throwing the dice, if you're just taking a course and somebody's looking at your throw, that ain't going to get you fucking anywhere. Okay, you need to do the process. You need to have the discipline. You need to follow it. You need to get into what you're doing and learn it and do it. Read your roles. You got to learn how to read your roles. Okay, people just throw and they're pressing and they might not even roll it again. Okay, so people press just to press a lot of times without any merit. So just because you threw the 6 once doesn't mean
Listen, I think that's what a lot of a lot of guys out here and a lot of students of the game are doing that, are really focusing on. I think everyone that's even watching this is focusing on reading roles, and that's what.
Well, if they've been following me, that's what we've done for years, ever since day one.
Well, I think if they've been following Tony, I think if they've been following everyone from Bo and everyone, Bo, Heavy, Ed, everyone reading roles is a universal part of whatever you're going to do, of my system, which is of how I play it. You're reading roles, but it's all applied differently. But I think that's like a universal. Like, you have to be athletic to play a sport. You know what I mean? Sort of I think maybe a trait. Like, I mean, for yours especially.
Okay.
Do you not agree, or do you agree? You don't agree. Okay, come on, tell me why. Why don't you agree?
There's certain things. There's certain things that people are doing today that had no clue until I brought it up.
Okay, all right.
Whatever year that was. Okay.
Okay. No, I was talking about Tony specifically, like reading.
Well, everybody strives to do that. That's right.
Yes.
Okay.
Okay.
But they all strive and they want to do that, but a lot of people don't know how to do that. So by doing all these, it will help. It will definitely help you.
1000%, dude. You can listen. It can't fucking hurt you, right?
Oh no.
I'm going to add in the IHOP celebration dinner after it's all is number 11. But okay, so Tony, let me get to a couple things. All right. This is a funny comment that came in. Pat the Plow, I'm 5'5". I've got no choice but to play the short game.
Me too, Pat. I'm the same.
That is a good one. Okay. Globe says, on the 5K buy-in, do you have a stop loss?
No, that's my stop loss. We let our money plan do the work for us. Our 27 and 3 money plan, our monthly money plan. So my 5,000 buy-in means I have a bankroll of 15,000. So I have 3 buy-ins, and as long as I don't lose all 3 of them or 4 of them in a 30-day month, I'm ahead of the game. So
right.
To watch some of my other videos, my Strictly Business video, it talks about the 27 and 3 plan. And so the question on the 5K buy-in, do you have a stop loss? No, that is my stop loss. My bankroll for that buy-in is my stop loss.
Tony, I put your site up here.
There you go.
Just so everyone knows where to go, the Gaming Pro.
And wagemembers.com. If you play any other games other than craps, if you want to play blackjack or sports betting, our sports betting platform is unbeatable. Nobody can do what we do.
Yeah, man, I only play craps, Tony. That's it. I'm a purist.
So you just want to do the Gaming Pro then, buddy.
I'm a purist, man.
So, but I do have the 2 websites, thegamingpro.com and wagemembers.com.
I'll get that thing up. So, yeah. Hey, who designed that? This little hit it and get it.
That was what's his name? Did that for me.
Sweet Lou? Yeah. You can always tell he's like a AI graffiti artist, like the Banksy of craps. You always know where it is. Oh, that's a sweet Lou. You know.
Yeah, he did a good job on that.
Yeah. So let me get to some other things. EFSU. I wish I knew your handle. What happens when you're super hot? Do you go for 400% in a session?
So once I hit my 20%, then I'll just kick back, do the 6 and the 8, see if I can build a hand. As soon as I lose, I'm gone. But if I get 400%, I get
it. 6 Easy. He asked that question really early. He said, without a bankroll, gambling on anything is just an expensive hobby. A buy-in is not a bankroll. Any win builds bankroll. 1% keeps me in check. Nobody can tell you their lifetime number. Your bankroll will. 6 Easy he's a better man. Sports better. Lazy Dog. 400 an hour, boom off to Keno or Mona. I don't know what Mona is. I don't know who that. Maybe I don't know. Let's see. The Sweeper. I like that name. Stop playing for comps and quote unquote the math of the game. Hammer the table, hit it, and get it.
Because that's Travis is one of my guys. So yeah, stop playing for comps. Well, that's a thing out here. That's another reason to live in Vegas. You don't have to worry about the comp system. I mean, because you're here. You know, you can buy your own hamburger. You know, so.
Speaking of hamburgers, dude, I just had one at the Gordon Ramsay burger. Man, have you had one there?
Oh, was it good?
Yeah, man. Those burgers are pretty solid. really solid.
I love burgers.
You know? So let's see. Louie. The hardest thing to teach is walking away.
Absolutely. That's how they beat you. You don't walk away when you're winning. You stay there and give it all back.
I would add to that, the hardest thing to teach is walking away with no money, without any money left. That is a very hard walk.
Oh yeah.
Let's see.
Vegas is the worst place to live if you don't have any money. I'll tell you that right now.
Yeah, you got it's much better if you're rolled up to play here. Biloxi or AC as well for plenty of playing options.
So let me say this: as far as AC, are you going to go there and play in the middle of January? Probably not. Okay. Can you walk into a table and be a solo player? And is it a 12-foot table with the right bounce? I don't know. So,
Tony, have you played a lot in AC?
No, I've only been there a couple times. So, and I've never been to Biloxi. I
like Biloxi. I tell you what, when I was in AC, I didn't play, but man, it was a dump, dude. I tell you what, I was very depressed being from New Jersey, from growing up there. It was a depressing thing. I like Biloxi.
Yeah. Vegas, I think also has maybe lower minimums. I mean, I don't know if you can you make $1 hop bet in AC or I don't know if you can. So I don't
know. There's plenty of. I think the hop is a very popular thing out on the East Coast.
Yeah.
If I'm not
mistaken.
Can
make $1 bet. I mean, some places it's whatever. I know for a fact out here you can make, if you wanted to, on a $15 table, you can make a $15 6 and 8 bet, but you can't do that in Atlantic City. They want 18. Here you can make the 15.
Check this out. I think I'm moving to Vegas soon to get the edge.
You
should.
I mean, look, you got 2 players right here. You got myself and Tenton, and we both live here for that reason.
I do live here for that reason. And on top of it, LA sucks ass. Okay. LA sucks ass. Lazy Dog. Again, hard to lay money on yourself, but you can make money, make the 7 show on the second roll.
Well, if you can do that, more power to you. That'd be great.
Pat the Plow. I already know I'm going to reference this stream often for the sake of reiteration.
So also go to my YouTube channel. I got, whatever up there too. I got videos that are, 15 years old up there.
That's an interesting comment right here, Tony, from Moonshine Melvin. He says, but if you can read your rolls to get a 7, can't you read your rolls to avoid the 7?
Well, we try to do that. Exactly. I mean, when we set the dice and throw the dice, if I'm throwing off axis, I'm throwing a hard way set. My 6 and 1 is on the off axis. If I have a 1 or a 6 on one of my dice, it's impossible to throw a 7. So yeah.
The sweeper again. Love that I can sports bet anywhere in the country thanks to Kalshi and Polymarket.
Oh,
Interesting about Polymarket. The owner of Polymarket actually had a friend of mine, mutual friend, had contacted me about doing their advertising. God, I wish I had gotten that.
Yeah,
that would have been amazing. Let me see. Mudslide. I look at tossing dice with money in play like relief pitching.
okay.
Focus.
Let's
see. Great. Louis Lewis is
funny. Let me say this. It's funny with Mudslide, Matt, and even Ed. I've done it to Ed a couple of times. I'll watch their videos and I'll comment. I'll say, Ed, great roll. I won 10 hops in a row. Maybe you should look at it. So I do things like that. And I did that with Mudslide as well. So just to put a little, edge in there a little bit. But yeah, good guys.
Yeah, Mudslide's he's great too. Lou, sweet Lou, thank you for the compliment. Yeah, you're you're the Banksy graffiti artist of the AI Craps logo world. I don't know if people get that.
I've seen a lot that he's done just in browsing around on the internet. He does a fantastic job for it.
The he's prolific.
Yeah.
He is. He's headed for fame, East Coast Craps. Sweet Lou, how do you do? Okay, let me see. Headed home from Atlantic City. Harrah's right now, he would know. Jeff, do you ever play hard ways?
I play hard ways with what I call gimme money. Your gimme money, my gimme money is my dollars in the rack. You look at everybody's got a lot of dollar chips all the time. I use them. I don't just throw them out there to throw them out there. I make sure I have a reason to do it. So yeah, so I'll play the hard ways if I hit 1 or 2 or whatnot, and I'll just throw the gimme money out there, the dollars, $10, whatever it is, just to do that. But yeah, once in a while I'll do that.
All right, this is coming from the Gambling Odyssey. All right, I don't know who this is. And the pleasure of meeting Tony at his home with my buddy Richard, and we learned a lot. Have been playing craps for over 20 years, and it changed my style of betting.
Good. Yeah.
You know who that is? You remember?
No, I don't remember.
KK5.
I mean, I would probably know him if he told me his name. I don't know anybody's handles. I still know.
Hey, you know what? You and Bo have that in common, because every time I mention someone, right, we're talking about the same guy, and I'm like, yeah, so and so, and he's like, he just looks at me, but he knows people by
name. Exactly. Yeah.
Well, Tony, you should see my phone. All it is craps and all these names, all these handles. I have no idea what their names are. I really don't. I kind of like it like that. I like it like that, Tony. Yeah. It's a little like a little surprise when I find out what their real name is, and then it doesn't make sense to me.
You're a little mob related.
Yeah, I know. All right, listen. These Globe says, Tony, what got you hooked on craps? Do you remember your first time playing?
Yeah, easy. That's prior to craps, I was on a blackjack team, so I played craps pretty much from 1990 to 80, from 85 to 2000. Okay, so and one of the guys on my blackjack team introduced me to craps. So we were playing craps, but I was playing. I never shot the dice. I passed the dice. I was playing the don't, the 6 and the 8, and the don't come. I call it triple threat. That's still how we play a random table today. So I did that. But then when I moved out here and started looking into the DI, I decided to go that route because I could see instantly where I was going with this. So
hey, listen, I got this brings to special delivery.
Ted Berry, baby.
You know him by Ted Berry. I know him by special delivery.
Ted Berry's one of my instructors in New Jersey.
And he says, yes, you can make a dollar hop bet on a $15 table.
Yep. Yep. Ask Ted what a $15 8 pays.
Ted, you could leave it in the chat. Yeah. Okay, Tony.
The reason I'm asking them that is because I got a special little deal I do with all my instructors. Whenever they all test to be an instructor. I don't just give it to them. So in their test, I ask them questions that they don't know the answers to, and then I just fucking hang up on them. So they got to Google it. They got to do this and that to get the right answer. So I called Ted one day, said, "Hey, Ted, what are you doing? Blah, 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 blah. Just out of curiosity, what does a $15 6 pay?" Blah, 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 blah. He couldn't fucking get it right. So I just hung up on him. So then later they get it. See, Wisco said 17 because he already failed the test once. That's how he knows.
Oh, man. Oh, man. All right.
So, but anyway, yeah.
East Coast Crap says 19.
19 is not the right answer. It's 17. A $15 6 or 8 pays $17.
So speaking of Ted special delivery, Tony, I'm going to ask you this. Okay. This is very off topic. I think I riled a few people up by mentioning what I call people that like don't really know how to play the game. I call them ferrets, right? That come up to the table, all right, interrupting. And I have a bunch of specific people that I'm kind of at war with, the ferret at Paris, the $50 ferret there. I call this other one the chair ferret, the Ferretus sedentarius over at Palms. And dude, this lady sits at stick right one in the chair with $100. Okay. And I just wanted to make it clear, Tony, I don't, for veterans, for anyone with disabilities or anything like that with herniated discs, by all means, I will pull up a chair for you. I will get the chair and pull it up there. This is not meant as a slight to you guys that need a chair. But my thoughts on having a chair at the craps table, dude, are they're really not going to budge. I think they don't belong there unless a place like Orleans provides them. And they're saying, here, sit down at our craps table and sit here the whole fucking day and play so no one else can play. Okay. Versus all the other places, if chairs were meant to be at craps tables, they would be there. They're not. And I'd have a problem with people dragging chairs up. Case in point, last weekend, this old guy, not too old, he was sitting in a chair at Paris in the main table for 4 hours getting a massage, dude. He was getting a massage at the craps table. And then he would get up from his chair and shoot. And then he'd go back to looking like he was going to jizz in his pants while this lady was massaging him.
Where was this at?
Paris.
Oh, Paris.
Okay. Then I even had asked my friend who was in town. I'm like, listen, go stand on the hook. Right. And he's like, I can't. There's a chair there and this guy, this thing. And I'm thinking of fucking this chair ferret. And so my view is I don't like it. And I don't think they should be there unless the casino puts them there. And I'm never going to budge from this because it forces some of these players that I'm going there with an agenda on a time limit. And I'm playing, very specific parameters. Whereas some of these guys, specifically at Palms, man, it just enrages me because she's always in that chair. She'll get up, she'll come back for her roll, and they'll allow her to do that. And that's kind of where this whole thing started with the chair ferret. So I know I've offended certain people. If you've got a disability, please know that obviously I'm cognizant of that. But Tony, long story short here, what are your thoughts on people sitting down at the craps table?
I never really thought about it because I'm not there at that time, so I don't have any of those issues. But if it were me, I mean, again, if I wasn't happy with the situation, I would just grab my chips and go to someplace else and play.
Yeah, I just don't think they should be there. I don't know. I don't think they should be there. It's like, let's take the chairs away from blackjack and make a stand.
Yeah. They can always go to that stadium craps game where you sit at the machines and then go up.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
That is true. That's a good alternative. I'll start directing them there. Globe says, are you two members of the Las Vegas Chamber of Commerce?
I'm not.
That is funny. Hey, Tony, man, Knight's taking it on the chin tonight. Is that game over?
4-2. 3 minutes left. We're losing.
Damn. BRB. Love me some BRB. Got Tony's 7-hop system years ago and still use it now. That's beautiful. Cliff. You know him by Cliff. I know him as BRB.
Yeah. I remember Cliff.
Ted Berry, again, special delivery. Sweet Lou is a great person that has opened many doors since he has been a part and one of the original members of the AC group.
Beautiful.
Man. Let's see what else we got here. Man, look at this guy. Gypsy, DMO. Hey, chat, gambling in Pahrump. Trampoline table. Man, I've never even been to Pahrump.
I think they only have one casino. I mean, I don't know.
They have a lot of other things up there, don't they, Tony? I think they have. Isn't that where they have all the brothels in Pahrump?
Oh yeah, maybe, huh? They used to. I know that. Back in the day, they'd fly me there.
Oh man, those are the good old days. Moonshine, I'm getting a chair. Please do, dude. Do it. That'll be funny. And then the sweeper says, don't have to worry about chairs and ferrets when you play solo. Yeah, you got a point there. Massage in a chair. He was hoping for a happy ending. Yeah. He looked like he was about to have a happy ending. All right. The Gambling Odyssey. I saw a high roller get food at the craps table.
I've seen that before too. Just walking through, I've seen people eat.
Man, really?
Yeah, that I don't like. Yeah. So.
I mean, that's like taking the poker.
Yeah.
Player thing. I've never seen that. I've actually never seen that. But I guess if you're one of those high rollers at, at the Wynn, I mean, those tables are up there. Dude, I've seen like $500 limits over at Wynn.
Yeah.
East Coast Craps. How come I don't see the chat you show on the screen? I have no idea. Okay. I have no idea. I'd have to ask ETG that. And ETG would probably be able to answer. Here's back to a craps question. Don loves craps live. Does your dice set change when you are in different positions on the table? I think you're only shooting from one or two positions, right, Tony?
Well, yeah, but that's a great question because what my tendencies are from stick right may be different at stick left with the same dice set. So you might have to change some things to get the results that you want. But I don't change dice set. I would probably just change my grip and my toss and my landing zone. So.
Tony, I'm just trying to bring up something to share on here right now. Oh, here we go. This is there is
no chat, huh?
The chat, I've caught up to a lot of things in the chat. So if chat's got any questions, let me just I want to bring this up, Tony. Hold on a second. So Tony, this is your wage, correct? I'm on the right page, wagemembers.com.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So that's if anyone's interested in all of the other.
Yeah. So that's a private membership. And in the back there's videos on craps, baccarat, roulette, sports betting, how to pick your winners. Everything's back there as a member. And It's for somebody that wants the other games. I do believe everybody should have a second game. So just for reasons, if the tables are crowded or whatever, you can go to another game. I like, my game plan is easy. I play craps early in the morning, and then I followed up with blackjack and sports betting. And the reason I picked those, for example, blackjack, we use what we call the human factor. Okay. Let me read you something about the human factor here.
Human growth hormone factor.
Human factor, baby. Human factors are the application of principles, processes, and systems with the primary goal of reducing human error and increasing profits. For example, in blackjack, I'm a card counter. I know the probability of the next card, whether it's a low card or a high card, and you can make your bet accordingly. Now you're using the human factor. In craps, we're setting the dice. We're tossing the dice. We're doing everything we can not to be random anymore, reading our rolls, blah, blah, blah. That, again, is the human factor. You're playing more of a perfect game when you can incorporate the human factor like that. In sports betting, it's your choice. You can make your pick based on the math, the goalie, the pitcher, whatever. So you're incorporating the human factor in your process, which is a big advantage. So when you can count cards instead of just guessing, that's special. When you can throw horn numbers 4 in a row, hop numbers 4 in a row, that's a big advantage.
There was a question about the chat, and John was nice enough to say there are 2 chats, one for vertical, one for horizontal. So if you're watching on one stream, you won't see the other chats.
I don't see any chats.
Hey, man, you know what? That's okay. You know what a couple people say, though? Speaking of chats, do you chat it up with the dealers? Real pain, ask that.
No,
Make any friends? Really?
No, I don't.
You don't?
No, because I try to talk to you to upset your mental balance. So
you think that, Tony? You think that
I'm not there to make friends. I'm there I'm only there. I mean, the 2 questions I get the most is why are you here so early and why are you leaving so quick? That's what.
Oh, man.
That's the 2 questions I get asked the most. So, but I mean, when I go to Red Rock or Durango, yeah, hey guys, how you doing this morning? Blah blah blah. So, but that's the extent of it. I don't guy, my role to talk to him.
Yeah, all right. I mean, yeah, I get it. Gypsy, who was up in Pahrump. What a name, huh? Pahrump, right? The felt is so squishy here, you can't even hear the dice hit the table. I don't even want to tell you why it's so squishy, dude. All right. A couple things. Oh, Tony, ETG made an intro. Globe was like, is there a Tony intro, Tenton? And then BRB, ETG, where's Tony's little intro graphic? Let me find it. Of course, Tony, I'm disorganized here. Here's a little intro graphic.
Maybe.
Yo, I said do this. That's good. Tony, let me see. Let me get back to the chat, man. Let's see if there's anything else. Oh, here's Big Foam Finger, man. This guy's awesome. Tony was one of the first true craps guys I found on YouTube back around COVID. I knew right away how many angles there were to his game and how much I had to learn. Thanks for having Tony on to talk.
Oh,
Tony on to talk.
Yeah.
Todd says, do you have a go-to? I wonder what a go-to. I wonder what he's saying.
Well, my go-to is either the 6-8 in the field and or my 4-6, 8-10 in the field. That's my 2 goals. And then cherry pick my hops. So
he says squishy, not sticky. It's could be. It's both, probably.
Well, he knew what you meant.
All right. Oh, here he said, "Do you have a go-to for 2-deck?" For
yeah. That's Red Rock and Durango both have double deck games.
Nice, man. And then Alfredo, dude, he's going to be on the show coming up. I got him booked. Got a lot of good guests.
Do you talk to the dealer? Not really.
Do not talk to the dealers. 100%. He says.
I don't talk to them. Man,
I feel like having. I'm particular with the crew. I don't go play places where the crew's like a little sleepy and grumpy, like Bellagio. Even though there's tables nice, I'd rather go. I love having all female crews, man. I love it.
Well, you
I
can
love
still
that
talk
energy.
to them, but without holding up your game. I mean, you can talk to them while they're giving you the dice back and blah, 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 and then just, do your thing. So, but I don't start any conversations, actually. I mean, I just do my thing.
Mad Hatter said, I used to take HGH. Dude, I tried that once too. I didn't like giving myself the shot. And so I was over it. I just don't like doing anything that I have to give myself like that constant shot. But I heard that if you take HGH, like it's going to make your jaw like really fucking muscles in your jaw. Human growth hormone. All right, Tony says, Tony, when you sports bet, do you play parlays or just single game bets?
Good question. So let me think how to play. I play 4 games a day. Okay. And the way I do my sports betting is I have a 4-level system. So as long as I can win 1 game out of 4, I'm ahead of the whole thing. I only do parlays if the odds are way up there, and I'm only doing it just for the fuck of it, really. I'm not really doing a parlay. But I mean, if the points on the Dodgers are minus 250, then maybe I'll put them in a 2-teamer just to do it that way. But for the most part, it's single bets. I pick winner, and I'll play money lines. I don't give points. I take points. So I'll take the 1.5 on the run line or the puck line, but I won't give a 1.5 to anybody. Okay. So, and I base all my bets as if it was laying the 4 or the 10. So, so if it's 200 to 1, that means I got to bet 200 to win 100. It's just like laying the 4 or the 10. So that really doesn't bother me playing favorites like that. I mean, favorites are going to win 60% of the time anyways. And when you only need 1 out of 4, it's not a bad bet. It takes me about 30 minutes a day just to make my bets, but that's it. Now,
hey, Tony, did you bet today? Did you bet on the hockey game?
No, I haven't bet any hockey since it's been in the Stanley Cup. I made a lot of money in hockey, through the course of the season, and now I'm doing baseball. So
you didn't bet at all during the Stanley Cup during the playoffs?
No, prior to that I did. I had a bad run in baseball where I was at my level 4 bet twice. So what I did, I said, this is bullshit. So I took my level 4 to hockey and I won. So I lost my 3 bets in baseball, but instead of betting another baseball game, I went to hockey to clear that out. So I did that a couple of times, but so very predictable for us.
So Tony, are you? This reminds me probably when you're making your sports bets. I bet you're probably like my dad, gets the paper, kicks back in the morning, and are you making all your bets? Looking at the old newspaper,
This is covers. These are my bets today. You can't really see it. So
no, yeah, but you could see, you get the gist of it.
I print this out every day, and I do my chicken scratches on it. Then I see what the experts say, see if they agree with me or whatnot. I mean, I had 3 games today. I don't know how the Chicago White Sox did. I had Chicago White Sox with 1.5 points, or with a 1.5 run line. That was a level 2 bet. Prior to that, I had Miami was a level 2 bet, and St. Louis with 1.5 was a level 2 bet. I won both of them. So
when you're saying, Tony, when you're saying level 2, are you approaching this in a similar system as you are craps? I mean,
exactly. Only the numbers are different, but yeah. So yeah. And my bankroll for sports is 10 grand. So because I bet 4 games, each line is a bankroll of about 2,500, depending on where I want to go. So I'm not a big sports bettor, but I'm making 20% a month, and I have for the last 5 years. So on sports betting,
that's solid.
I mean, it's very solid because most sports books, whatever, they say you need 52% chance. You need 52% to win. Okay, but that's if you're betting like they bet. when we're betting the way we bet, the numbers work out so much more to your advantage. So, but anyway.
How would you sum up your sports betting then when you say, betting how we bet? I mean, what is the big difference between, let's say, how you're approaching sports betting versus the other guys?
Well, there's nobody, they don't do an up as you lose. I'm using an up as you lose, just like I do in craps. They flat bet. They do like 1% of their bankroll, blah, blah, blah. I mean, that's too boring for me. I couldn't do that. So it works out well with what we're doing. You guys go to Wage members. If you're a member, I put my sports picks up there. So do my other guys. Okay. So, I mean, it's, and I don't sell you a sports pick. I show you how to do that paperwork, what I just did, and how to pick your own winners, and you're going to be on point. So.
Nice, man. Nice, man. You drink coffee, Tony?
And I do that right from here. I just,
I know. With a little espresso. Do you drink coffee?
And hook right up to station or Boyd, and that's it.
A cappuccino. Let me see here. Let me get here. Matt Hatter says, get rid of the vertical. Absolutely no. The vertical stays, Matt Hatter. Deal with it. Let's see. Fuzzy says, I still want some sad puppies. So, Tony, I've got this, or ETG made this thing for our merch, which has got a lot of sad puppies in it, but we keep getting tagged like not a find or whatever, a strike or whatever, because we're using some music that should be free. Sorry, we can't play that anymore because then we just get strikes. Let me see. Let's see. Evan Cruz, good evening. Late getting here. What did I miss? Everything.
Nothing. We're just starting.
Yeah, you missed everything. Don loves Craps Live. What is your opinion on people that buy in when the puck is on? Last time I played, box person chewed out a person that did that. That's nice. First time I seen it, and I was happy because I had the dice.
I don't have that issue because I play solo. But if somebody comes to buy in or whatnot, and I'm rolling, I'll ask them. I'll ask them politely. I'll say, listen, just if you don't mind, just wait till I'm done rolling, and then I'll.
Will you be polite?
Yeah, I would say that. I'd say if you don't, but then if he's a dick, then I'm a dick. Right back.
That's Tony. That's kind of how I am.
Yeah.
I'm like, is that the Italian thing? It's almost like once shots are fired, I can't help myself.
Yeah, no. So I'll ask them politely just to wait, and then if I happen to get a good roll, I'll throw them. I'll throw them as pass line bet or something.
Yeah, I'm still mad at the chair ferret, man.
Yeah.
I'm still mad.
You gotta get over that, buddy.
I can't. I'm just mad because I know she's probably on a chair right now.
Yeah, and you keep going back there.
All right. I just let the dealers talk to each other. The sweeper, and then the gambling odyssey. I let my tips do the talking. Yeah. And then EFSU, I took HGH, the drop in tables to water. Okay. And then here's done. Proverb 1633. Nice guy. Why don't you play Baccarat over blackjack?
So okay. I have guys making big money playing Baccarat. Gary Weaver, G-Dub makes thousands, playing Baccarat. I got guys, that's all they do. I got a team that plays at Palace Station on the Stadium Bach over there. And they even flat bet Baccarat. They're playing $100 units, but their goal is 3 units a day and they're gone. That's it. But why I don't play Baccarat over blackjack is because with blackjack, again, I have the ability to count cards and incorporate what's called, the human factor, where I know the probability of what's coming out next. So, so that's why I prefer blackjack over Baccarat. Baccarat is a great game. You only make one bet. It's not like craps where you got to make 4 or 5 or whatever. It's only one bet, and it's a 50-50 game, so it's a good game. It's just, I got to make a choice somewhere. So I play craps, Baccarat, or craps, blackjack, and sports betting.
Yeah. But
my guys, they love it. They all play it. The good part about Baccarat is, you can sign up for an online casino, make $1 bet from your own couch at home, play online, $1 bet.
Convenience.
So that's totally.
What convenience nowadays.
I did something on Wage years ago where playing every day online baccarat with a goal of $40 a day. So that was $1,200 at the end of the month. You know, playing, you know, watching one less TV show a night made me an extra $1,200 a month.
And that's I like that replacement. TV replacement therapy.
That's it.
You know, right after your hormone replacement therapy. Sports betting is like playing slots, says Alfredo.
Nah, not at all, buddy. Not the way we do it.
And then the sweeper. Tony plays baccarat as well as several Wage members.
I put a 10-ton. I have a baccarat strategy that doesn't lose. Okay, and I don't play it. So figure that one out.
Yeah, craps and Bach. Thanks, Tony.
Yep.
Here's one. Oh yeah, the guy up in Pahrump, man. Speaking of chairs at the table, one side of the table open only here. Truth. 3 gentlemen in wheelchairs. Get me to Vegas tomorrow. Okay, listen, I don't have a problem with the guys in the wheelchairs because they obviously belong in the wheelchairs, Tony. I'm not that brutal, okay? I just want people to know that got mad at me about the chair thing, man. Yeah, 6 Easy, another Italian, a cappuccino. Yep. Don loves. So yeah, man. Right now, Tony, let's see. I mean, there's nothing. I covered everything in the
Gotcha. Good.
In the chat right now. If there's anything,
just everybody out there, just remember you got an open line to me and call me anytime you want.
Dude, Louie 8780
baby.
Louie. I win thousands playing Bach online thanks to Tonyleo. You're welcome.
I'm telling you, I have a Bach system that does not lose. Very, very seldom.
Man, Tony, I wish I was interested in all these other games. I don't sports bet, and I just hate every other game besides craps. I just love craps.
I mean, when you live here, you have that option, but you don't have to worry about it because you have a choice. You can make a choice any day you want.
We got choices
on what table you play. If it's 12 foot, if it's bouncy, whatever, you have a choice.
Yeah. Do you? So obviously you don't like if you're playing Red Rock and that's one of your tables. I mean those Red Rock tables are high.
That's the only thing I don't like about it. Their rails are a little bit higher, but yeah. I get over it. I mean, I'm not there that long.
Yeah. So. Caveman, good dude. Just joining in. Wish I could have heard live. Hey, you know what? You'll catch the rerun on your TV replacement therapy.
Are the reruns going to have the comments?
Yeah, probably. Yeah, these comments that I put on screen. And then proverb, they should make a casino for the handicap for 10-ton. Just kidding. Well, yeah, I don't have any problems with the handicapped. I don't. I just want to make that clear. People think I'm, let's see. Alan G, man, what a dude. Hey, 10-ton and Tonyleo, my father, not my father, Tonyleo, the man, the myth, the legend, good man.
Alan is my most dedicated fan.
Yeah, he should call you uncle. Uncle is a term. I learned that last time. We're talking to the Hawaiians. That uncle is a term of like respect, right?
Yeah, Alan's also a member of my wage platform.
Man, they should call you Uncle Tony. Hey,
Tony, baby.
What's up, 10-10? I think that's a jacket. What's happening to the jacket, man? He's got a sweet toss, man. That guy's good. 6 Easy. Just bet against Vikes. I would bet against the Vikings all year long, probably, if they start JJ McCarthy and Kyler. Who knows? That's tough. Yeah, man. Tony, what else we got? Well, what else we got, man?
Man, whatever anybody wants. All they got to do is ask me. So, but craps is a great game. And there's no reason why everybody should not be a consistent winner. So, if you play it the way the casinos want you to play, you'll lose. If you do what you're supposed to do and follow these shifts, have the right money and this, that, and the other, you should be on top. I mean, you're going to have losing days, but you shouldn't have a losing month.
Yeah. I think he's saying, Caveman saying about horse racing. You don't do any horse racing?
No, but I mean, horse racing was in my blood years and years ago. I mean, you remember Los Alamitos racetrack?
Dude, well, I only remember harness racing in New Jersey, Freehold Raceway.
So when you lived in California, you didn't know. No. So Los Alamitos racetrack is in Orange County, and it was quarter horses. So, and it's still there. It's but in the summer during high school, I was an exercise boy. I worked at the racetrack. I was the one that got there at, again, 4 o'clock in the morning, brushed the horses, cleaned the stalls, got them ready for the race that night. So I would typically, I was under.
Dude, that's cool.
I was under 100 pounds. I wanted to be a jockey, but my dad made me go back to school.
You're too tall to be a jockey.
Then, I mean, no, I'm not too tall, but I was under 100 pounds then. So I worked for a trainer that I ran the horses out of the gate during the day, just like a friggin' race. Okay. So, I mean, I was good at it. Again, I wanted to be a jockey, but I couldn't. So we would go to the racetrack every night. My mom and dad had a booth there that they were in the horses, and their friends were in the horses. So I hung out there and, you know, got to know all the trainers and all that kind of stuff. So, yeah, that was kind of interesting. It was
man. What do you mean? That's super interesting.
Yeah,
that's pretty cool. Horses are they're really cool animals. You know what I don't like though, Tony? I don't like that. Why do they have to kill the horses after they they get injured?
Yeah, I don't know, man. That's any animal. That's tough. I'm an animal lover. I'm an animal lover, so I don't like to see that.
Yeah, I know. But that is really, really interesting about that. Yeah. Did you ever sit in the thing for the harness racing?
Nah, I mean, harness races was big in Michigan at Hazel Park. Remember Hazel Park?
Oh yeah, that was way I was in Jersey watching the harness racing at Meadowlands and Freehold Raceway, and that was I actually loved that. I loved going there and watching that and seeing the old guys, you know, fill out the racetrack things and have their systems, and then you'd go and make bets. Jack had asked, before I get to this, what your favorite casino? I would say, obviously, your favorite casino is going to be Durango and Red Rock, right?
Yeah, and then I like the Plaza downtown, the Nugget,
really,
the Venetian and Palazzo. The thing I like about Venetian and Palazzo, some of them are bouncy, some of them are not, but you can always get a table over there. You go there at 8 o'clock in the morning, they got 5 tables open. Dude,
you are so right. You can kind of. Yeah. I like that about Palazzo. I actually like the vibe in Palazzo a lot. Tables are bouncy like Aria, but they're low. The thing about it's weird when you play that enough table, they're a slightly lower Aria, which for people that aren't super tall like myself, it's really nice. I feel like I have more command over that table. It's the same thing as O'Shea's. If you've ever played there, it's a small table, shorter. You just feel like you can reach out and touch the end of it. And then Real Pains. I've got this question up there. It says, "Tell us more about the craps classes."
Craps class is you come to my home if you want to. You're here 2-3 hours. You'll see everything work with your own eyes. You get a training manual. I'm the only one, I believe, that has a thick training manual with everything in it. You get that. And you come see me. You got me all the time you want to talk on the phone, whatever. So is it all online? No, none of it's online. The only online play would be, I don't play craps online. Would be Baccarat and roulette for the most part. And then you can make a sports bet online as well. So
Craps RN, he's in Vegas. He's from Vegas, but he's in Chicago right now, I believe. He said, "Tony, do you make a decision to move if you're not getting the dice numbers that you want when you're tossing?"
Move where? What do you mean move to another table?
I guess it could be move another table or move. It could be stick positions.
If I'm not getting the dice numbers, it's because I need to adjust, my whatever, my grip, my toss, my landing zone, something like that. But it doesn't take long for me to correct that. And the way I correct it, obviously, is when I see a 1 or a 6, that's my indicator.
Yeah.
Okay? So that kind of thing. The box numbers are going to fall where they will. Okay, so that's not a big deal. But the other things you got to look at just a little bit different. I mean, if you're one dominant, you're going to be throwing more 4s, 5s, and 6s. It's as easy as that. So. But no, I don't really move. I just correct it, and I either win or I lose.
Couple guys, 6 Easies, harness racing in the 80s East Coast. Money, the fix was in if you knew. Zon, I know. Who it probably all was. There probably all was. And then East Coast Craps, I grew up around harness racing, Ocean Downs racetrack.
Big on the East Coast, yes.
Man, I know, right? Globe says, Tony, the sports that you do bet on?
So, okay, good question. We kill hockey and baseball. Those are the two main ones. So I'll give you one for basketball right now. Basketball, you can win all the time. So you can play what's called quarters. So basically what you're doing is you're making your bet at the quarter, but basketball is real quick. So you got to be on top of it. That's why I don't do it. But basically your first quarter is your qualifier. Whoever has the lowest score, you bet that they're going to win one of those next 3 quarters. That's what qualifies. And as soon as you win a quarter, you're done with that game. So if you win the next quarter, you're done. And if you look at the results in the paper every day, and you look at those scores, you're going to see that, you're going to have days you don't lose one game if you were betting them all. But there's a theory and a way we follow it. So that's part of it. But I don't do that. Some of my guys do that. Okay, I don't. I'm primarily hockey and baseball, and I'm busy all year with that. So, I love it. I didn't think I was going to like it as much as I do, actually.
So, by the way, I love hockey. So I can't stand baseball, dude. I can't even.
Oh, but man. I don't watch.
Do you don't watch the games?
No, like I said, I make my bets, and before I go to bed tonight, I'll see who won.
Yeah.
So if I'm in here and I'm doing something and I got a game on out, I'll have it on, but I'm not watching it. So yeah. And hockey, I don't either, because there's so many games. I can only watch one at a time. Really, I'm not one of those guys that's got I don't care. I don't have 5 TVs and all that shit. I make my bets. I look at the winners at the end of the day. I don't even watch the games. The only game I watch is maybe football once in a while, but I don't even bet them.
So you don't bet football? You must bet football.
No, I don't bet football. The odds are too high. Come on. You take Kansas City with Mahomes, you got to bet minus 1,000. Ain't going to happen. So you got to bet $1,000 to win 100. So baseball and hockey are great.
You're going to be betting on any of the World Cup stuff?
Nah, I don't do any of that. No.
Okay.
Just baseball, hockey, and
Big Foam Finger said, I played the 5 count this week. Don't tell Ed, but also a 6-8 DC. Only missed 1 good roll, but no FOMO. Full table, small buy-in, and was able to shoot 5 times. Best thing. Hey, speaking of the 5 count, Tony, what are your thoughts on the 5 count and the Golden Touch guys? Do you know Dom at all?
No, I never met him. I'm sure we'd clash.
Oh, you think? It's the over-under.
But I think he's my age. He's Italian. He's from the East Coast. He bets sports. He plays blackjack. We have a lot of common, that way. I'd like to shake his hand one day, sure. Just to say I did. But I don't believe in the 5 count. A 5 count to me that is meaningless. 5 rolls of the dice. If I'm playing my 5, 6, 8 field, I got 5 wins. So why?
I'll never be able to truly understand that.
Right. So.
Yeah, it's never made sense to me. It just never has.
No. Well. Maybe it did way back when, but things have changed.
You can't
play the same way anymore.
Before I get to Don Loves Craps Live comment, what you just said. The game has changed, hasn't it,
totally.
Tony?
Oh yeah.
How do you think it's changed? Like when you say the game's changed, how do you think it's changed?
Well, I mean, as far as DI goes and whatnot, people are all worried about how good their shot looks in slow motion versus what's the results on the table. I mean, there's a lot that need to be changed to be able to win consistently. And that's what I've always strived for. So the game today is just totally different than it was. You know, I mean, when you're talking the 5 count combats, I mean, all that, you know, I've never made a combat in my life, you know, so it just depends where you're at.
So you think the game's changed in terms of how you're betting on it? See, I think the game's changed with the felts. I think the game's evolved, you know, with the bets that you can actually make that are on the felts have influenced how, I mean, my betting, all of my betting is sort of predicated on I'm making a lot of those bets.
Well, sure.
What, you know?
Or else why would you make the bets?
That's true. And my game would be very different if some of those bets weren't there. So, I mean, if I had tables that did not have an ATS, I would have a completely different base level of how I'd play this game.
Yeah, probably.
You know? Yeah. Let me get to this. Don Loves Craps Live. 5/29/26 took my granddaughter to Blackhawk, Colorado. She played craps for her first time, matching my bets. She bought in for $300 and colored up for $34.90. She's hooked now.
Oh, that's a nice win. That's very nice.
Man.
I love hearing success stories. I want everybody out there to be a consistent winner. That's my goal. When I put Advantage Dice Control together, that was one of the main reasons I did it, was to create consistent winners.
His granddaughter's now going to be just hooked.
Yes.
Right. Let's see. If you sports bet, do yourself a favor and don't watch the games.
Yeah, well, I don't.
Here's the other Globe. Tony, what is your shooting style? Are you from the deck or a pendulum? Do you use the same grip all the time?
So I shoot from the deck. I always have. Do I use the same grip all the time? No, because it depends on the results that I'm seeing at the time. So I might go from a grip that will spin to a grip that will no spin, or a grip that will split the dice when they hit the wall. My 2-finger split grip. It's designed for that. So it depends on what I'm doing and the results I'm getting. If I'm not seeing a 1 or a 6, something will be changed, whether it's the grip, the landing zone, the toss, whatever. So I base everything on seeing my 1s and 6s.
Okay. Matt Hatter chiming in, bring back big 6 and 8. And the sweeper changed is the amount of goofy bonus bets people are wasting money on. ATS, fire, etc. Au contraire, mon frere. I would disagree with that because I play these things very aggressively.
Are you up money 10-ton on those bets on the ATS?
I don't track those bets individually. I mean, I'm this past weekend out of jail, made some nice money. But I changed I changed how I'm betting on those, but I incorporate those. I don't view, a lot of people view those things as separate entities. I don't. I view it all as one big pie. Yeah. Pizza pie, you know? So I think it's very different when you like silo those. Some people have money that they say, I have hardway money, or I have money, I bankroll for the ATS. And I don't do that. It's all mixed into one.
Yeah. Okay.
But Tony, I will immediately, like, let's say, because I play the ATS on myself for 300, right? So if I'm immediately one number away from a lay, and I don't care if it's a 4 or 10, I will lay that shit for $2,000.
Well, sure, because you're going to win something.
I'm going to win $1,000.
Yeah,
That's how I look at it. And
that,
so,
I mean, I agree with that. I mean, the thing about the ATS with me is I don't really play it, but
yeah,
if you hit the ATS, or if you're one number away to get there, you already made some money, obviously, because you've been throwing. So
yeah,
you made money getting to that point, anyways. So just depends on how you want to look at it.
yeah, yeah. And so it's like a hot button topic nowadays. I think the bigger you play that better.
You play your ATS like I play my hops.
Yeah, I play it big, dude. I play it big to have that.
I don't play that big, but
to have that leverage to when they, you know what I mean? It provides you a different attack it in a bigger way. This is an interesting comment from East Coast Craps. The less you bet, the more you lose when you win. That's
the less you bet.
That does make sense to me.
I never looked at it that way, but
that's interesting. I kind of less you bet. It's like it's a brain teaser. But I would agree on. I mean, you have to get your bets up there. I think, Tony, at some point, right? Hey, Tony, were you ever fearful when you made bets when you first started? Were you?
Fuck yeah, shit yeah. Yeah, because I was an aggressive player. So yeah, I did until I realized that it's all about the money plan and your discipline and your process. I let my money plan do the work.
So Tony, when did you, so you were playing craps, right? And at what point were you like, I need a plan to beat this game? Did you take some, like, I mean, you must have taken some beatings when you first started, because I feel like everyone has. I mean, I for sure have.
I was playing the same way when I was playing the random game. In other words, I still had 5 levels on the 6 and the 8, but it wasn't me throwing them. It was 5 other shooters throwing them. So I used basically the same concept. Now I'll say to myself, you know, I'm not going to go 0.7 out 5 times without throwing 1, 6, or 8. Where before, all 5 of these players aren't going to 7 out. One of them's going to throw a 6 or an 8. So
yeah, but Tony, when you first started playing craps, though, dude, when you were walking up, I don't know how many years ago this was.
No,
you just didn't go there with a system that you already had, did you? I mean, at some point you had to.
Well, I did, because I already, like I said, I was already playing the 6 and the 8, 5 levels, the don't come 7 levels, but I wasn't shooting. Then it was random players. So when I took it to the DI side, it was much more predictable, much more reliable.
When did you take it to the DI side?
When I moved here in 2001, I had my craps table brought in from the Flamingo. I watched a couple of YouTube videos, figured out they were all wrong, and did my
who did you watch on YouTube? Do you even remember?
Whoever was out there then.
There was no one out there.
All right, well, there was a couple people, but yeah. So,
I mean, there was no one out there.
There was a couple people. So
do you remember, or can you say, or do you not remember?
No, I remember. I just don't want to say.
Oh man, come on. Just say it, dude. We've said everything. Oh my God.
I just played different. I mean, right out of the gate when I got my table, I didn't have to think about it at all. I just said, there's no way these guys could keep these dice on axis. So for 10 years, I did nothing but shoot for off-axis results. And I proved that very quickly. So
yeah,
you can make a lot of money shooting for off-axis.
Yeah.
And you need, today I do both. You need to know how to.
Yeah.
Both. Doesn't change. It doesn't change the 6 and 1. Whether I'm throwing on axis or off axis, I still want to see the 1 or the 6. Okay.
Yeah. Yep. Yeah. There's guys in chat said Bone Thrower and Koga Ninja, all those. And then those guys were some of the early ones. But yeah, I mean, your videos have been out for a long ass time, Tony.
Yeah, the thing about the other videos out there that might have been out there longer than me, nobody showed you how to win. They showed you a dice set. They talked about this or that, but nobody actually rolled the dice, laid them out, and explained how to win until I did it. So,
yeah,
you know.
Yeah, that's I like that. You focus on just making winners, building winners. I second off access results. I think so, Tony, man. I think
Good show. I liked it. I had fun.
man, you've been on
Very,
for
very relaxing.
oh yeah, dude, it's pretty chill. You got to Tony. Anytime you want to come back on, dude,
Yeah,
you're
well,
more than welcome. All right, I actually I'm gonna have a lot of these people come back on. I was just talking to Brian. Brian, I'm like, dude, you should come back. Once a quarter at least. Anytime you got to advertise, I think he's got a tournament in August. We'll advertise that tournament coming up that he's got going, and I'm pretty sure it's in August. In August at Palms. So. Yeah, I think connecting this community, Tony, it's fragmented. The craps community is fragmented. It's I don't think it's very connected. But here's and I like these stories where different people, because a lot of people that have been over to you and a lot of your students, like there's tons of overlap from different groups, like, I mean, the Alfredos and Wisco and and a lot of these guys I've taken classes here, and I think it's good to connect people with other people. Case in point, I got this text. I might as well just share it, but it was from Jokers Are Wild, and he was like, Casino Tears community getting together in Canada, going to be in Toronto to watch Team Canada's World Cup opener, meeting up with Tim Sum at Casino there to try our luck. Gonna have a Casino Tears Canada group pretty soon. So I mean, that sort of stuff is cool, man. When you've got people, like for example, like Lip King and BRB and a bunch of guys meeting up and going and playing in those areas. That's good, dude.
Sure. Correct. I mean, since I got into this business, I've seen a lot of evolution. So, I mean, for a while there, it got to be after a while when I first started, I'd be asking people, do you have your own table now? Because everybody started getting their own tables. Then after that, women started playing. So more and more women were getting involved. So it's been kind of cool how it's progressed. I mean,
Tony,
the bad part, the only bad part about it is, there was, 5 of us on YouTube. Now there's 5,000. And 3/4.
What are your thoughts?
People need help.
Okay, well, what are your thoughts on a lot of the YouTube stuff that's going on? And speaking of women, though, first let's talk about women, because it's one of my favorite topics in general. Women. I don't think that there's enough. I wish there were more women playing. I don't feel like there's a lot of women playing. Well, I don't know if it's
obviously there's more men than women, but they're getting involved, and I mean they have been. There's a lot of very good players out there. A lot of good female players out there.
I can only name like 5.
Well,
4.
Okay, yeah, maybe, 4. But there's more and more all the time. There, you just don't hear about.
I hope so. I hope so. I wish more women would play the game.
Yeah, well.
What can you do, right?
Right.
Okay. So, what are your thoughts about YouTube then? And I mean, I feel like in a lot of ways, it's good. I mean, it's good and bad, but it's good overall because it's spreading the word.
Well, it's spreading the word, but it's not always the right word.
Well, yeah.
I mean, anybody could pick up a pair of dice and start shooting, but not everybody can win.
Okay, let me ask you this. What are your thoughts then separating DI from all of the YouTube betting strategies, which seems like there's a lot of YouTube strategies that just come out?
So like I said, if they can show me a method in a bankroll that will earn me $1,000 a day and I can play less than an hour, I'll buy it from them.
Okay. How much would you buy it from them for?
Well, whatever
it'd be worth a lot.
Price is. Sure.
That would be.
Sure. I mean, look at what I charge. I charge $679. I mean, my guys go out and get that back on the first fucking day. So,
Tony, do you have any problem?
I'm the only one that has a performance guarantee, and it's been the same since day one.
What is the performance guarantee?
While you're with me, if it doesn't work while you're with me every time, I'll give you your money back. It's as easy as that. Nobody's asked for their money back.
I like that, dude. The money back guarantee.
So kind of, yeah. But when they come here and and they see it right in front of their, they see everything work with their own eyes. It just, they start thinking different. And that's the whole idea. Now they're thinking about what they're doing instead of just throwing the dice. There's a thought process to it.
Okay. So obviously this question, you're going to agree to this question, but I'm still going to ask this. Like, do you have a problem then with people or anyone teaching the game? And you obviously don't, but there's people that are charging for lessons. I'm going to be doing that. That's for 1000% sure. I'm going to be doing that. Obviously that's where I'm going. And still some ways I do that with Ed and Bo, but see, I feel like you're teaching someone, you're teaching someone to fish.
Absolutely. Totally. I don't begrudge anybody from making money from selling a craps course or a blackjack or whatever. I mean, the people are going to have to decide if it was worth it or not in the long run or whatever they're doing. But I don't have a problem with that. Competition's good,
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. I mean, listen, GTC, I feel like GTC, man, he'll come right out and say it. He's a capitalist and Dom is, he's got a very, it seems like a very, from the outside, I don't know the inner workings of it, but a pretty good business model there. Unfortunately he only teaches, it's very one size fits all.
So let me say this about guys like that or whoever. First of all, I did it in my karate career as well. I'm always going to be the best. You always have to think you're the best. Okay. At whatever your passion is, what you're doing, you want to be the best. The reason you want to think you're the best or be the best is because if you don't, you'll always settle for second place. And that ain't me. So Dom, me, whoever, we're always going to think we're the best, and that's okay, because without it, again, we'd be willing to accept second place, and that's a part of my mindset. Okay.
So you don't you don't want the participation trophy then? No.
Say that again.
You know how they would give out like the participation?
I don't give a fuck about that. Yeah,
I know. Same here, man. I'm very much in line with that.
Yeah, no, if you're going to gamble, you might as well win.
Yeah, I feel like, hopefully everyone that's teaching really believes in that. You have to believe what you're teaching. Absolutely. And be passionate about your teaching. Absolutely. I don't know if some people really, this might sound crazy. I don't even, like, we're talking about YouTube. Tony, I don't think people actually even understand thoroughly the systems and however they're confusing strategies that they're teaching online. So, I actually really believe that they don't fully understand even what they're teaching.
Half the people out there wouldn't even take their own shit to the casino.
That's interesting.
How can you have, a lot of these guys just want to be monetized by having all these strategies and getting likes or whatever they do. I wouldn't even know how to do that. But
I guess you're right about that. There's a different agenda going on for a lot of people.
Totally. No. I've been playing the same 3 ways for 25 years. I don't need 50 different strategies. Just give me the one that makes me my 1,000 a day and I'm happy. So.
Yeah. Yeah, you're right. There is a different, there's guys that pop up sometimes in my channels and there's like, hey, so-and-so, this bubble craps thing. And I'm like, who is this dude? No. I guess it's a different agenda. I truly want to help people understand the game and learn the game. And again, everyone's got their unique, their perspective on it, which is mine is, slightly different. That's why I love talking to all you guys. Like there's stuff that I picked up from everyone, from you, from Bo.
If you get one thing, if you can get one thing from everybody something that you could take to the casino, that's the test. Okay.
Yeah.
You got to get something that you can take to the table and make it work, or else it wasn't really worth it. So,
No, I think so. But if you can, like, I mean, just I'm very like it's just gathering knowledge, and there's certain things that will resonate with you. You know, like there's parts of my play, like for example, when I would always talk about, I'd call this is the slot jackpot, dude. That's exactly your power of multiple wins. You know, I mean, those things are exactly the same. So of course, when I first heard that from you, I'm like, okay, like I'm right in line with how you're thinking. And in some ways, how you play the hops is really cool. And those things apply. So you end up like picking and choosing, hopefully, the best parts of, like, there's something, from Bo, there's like little pieces that everyone develops their own style. Hopefully, some people might not develop their own style, or they might sort of, just say, okay, I'm just going to play like this, or how Heavy plays, or I'm just going to run my presses how Ed runs his presses, or how Bo does, and they're very religious, or I'm a Tonyleo player. I feel like I personally am eclectic in where I'm drawing bits and pieces from that I like and integrating them into my own thing. But I think there's good in I feel like there's good in a lot of guys.
Well, sure.
That are teaching.
There's a lot of good players out there, a ton of them. I mean, and there's some bad ones as well, So.
Oh yeah, for sure. I don't think I like the system guys on YouTube. I think the system guys on YouTube don't have enough real life playing experience, in my opinion.
Because they first of all, like I said in the beginning, you have to have a method that is capable of winning every month. Okay. And you have to follow a process to get there. If you're just setting the dice and throwing and hoping, I mean, you got guys out there that as soon as they hit a 6, they press the 6. They don't care that they just threw 3 4s, but they're pressing the 6 because mathematically it's a safer bet than the 4. That's ridiculous. If you're thinking if you're going by the math, you're not going to be a winner. That's in my opinion, it's impossible to be a winner. The game was not designed for you to win. Okay. It is not designed that way. It's designed for you to lose. So you have to figure out a way to get over that. And that's what I've done.
Yeah. Tony, if
other people have their own shifts, let's say, and it works for them, more power to them. That's great. They need to keep doing that,
Yeah.
But again, when you're talking the YouTube community out there, just take them with a grain of salt, because there's only a few guys on YouTube that you could really learn something from.
Yeah, I agree with you on the fact that I feel like you start immediately in the hole when you play craps. You are immediately in the hole. Mm-hmm. You are behind. Your first bet, you're behind.
Yeah. Well.
So I'm just going to run through a couple of these. East Coast Crap says, Howard, the off-axis gentle giant. Did you know Howard?
Yeah, but Howard wasn't an off-axis gentle giant. He got off-axis because my guy Gary Weaver went over there to his house and showed him how to do it. Okay?
Oh, really? Interesting. That's a scoop.
Yeah, I was the first one to do the off-axis throw. I mean, I did that in 2001. So, and that's
damn.
Okay, so.
Going way back. I like that, dude. That's a fun fact. That's nice, man.
Gary also taught him the reinforced grip as well. What some of the other guys were teaching for a while as well too. But
I don't know what the reinforced grip is.
I'll show you right here. It's my two-finger reinforced grip is like this. This finger here is behind it. Like that. And when you throw there's no spin. This is my grip. Okay. There's no spin. It's called a two-finger reinforced grip. So
I like that, man.
One way to throw it. But yeah.
Globe, is your off-axis throw on the left or right die? I don't think you give a
on my is my off-axis throw on the left or right die. It doesn't matter to me as long as one of them go off. I don't care which one goes off.
Yep.
If both of them go off, So
6 easy. Enjoy your mentality, Tony. Good convo. The minutia doesn't matter much in the end. It's gambling.
Okay.
Pat the Plow. Awesome combo. Tony is a great listen. Caveman. Disciplined to live in Vegas.
Oh,
You
yeah.
are correct, sir. Don Loves Craps Live. Again, do you always max your odds or do you try to match your place bets?
I don't take odds. I don't play odds at all. Okay.
I'll answer that.
My pass line bet is only there to give me the reason to, give me the
exist.
To
the
shoot.
Reason to live.
The right to shoot. That's all. So
yeah.
It's hard for me to do an odds bet because, I don't even know what it is. Some have 3 times, 5 times.
Yeah.
But if I'm at, a level 7 bet or level 6 bet, they won't let me put all that back there. So I have to place it. So I don't do the odds. I just place the bets. And each one is structured because I know how much I'm betting anyways.
Caveman chimes in. I incorporate lining up several sets of Casino Tiers dice and trying to read them. The Casino Tiers dice are nice,
Yep,
Tony. They are nice dice. Big Phone Finger. The power of multiple wins will be something that will stick in my brain.
It should, because you get you out quicker. And again, it compounds your wins. You can throw, like I said, 15 times, but get 20 wins. So
East Coast Craps. I had a few golf instructors and learned something from each of them. Same with dice coaches. I've learned something from each.
There you go.
That's an open mind, man. That is
as long as if you can learn something, one thing from anybody, that it was worth it. If you can take it to the table and make it work.
Yep. And EFSU says off axis with split grip. Good. Well, Tony.
Grip, that split grip too. That had to be one of my guys because most people don't know what a split grip is or the purpose behind it. So that's good.
So Tony, are you saying then that that way back in the day that G-Dub was showing Howard?
Not way back in the day. I'm talking about what the last part of Howard being with us. But you can ask G-Dub that. I don't know.
I will. G-Dub's in town. I will ask the old G-Dub.
I'll probably be seeing him tomorrow or the next day. But,
nice.
But anyway, it's a lot of guys. It's just the business, guys copy, guys take things, guys, whatever, I had to call, I called a few of them out, they put up a video, exactly what I just did, 2 years later.
The imitation is the sincerest form of flattery, right?
It, man. I don't mind. I don't care.
Right.
I want everybody to win. At least, but the only thing that bothers me, if I were to be bothered by it, is the fact that they just don't give credit where credit might be due.
Okay, tell me, Tony, what bothers you the most?
About what?
Anything. About what is one of the things, Tony? Because you're an outspoken guy. You asked me, hey, did you see that thing I put on Facebook? The thing? No, because I don't go on Facebook, so I never see shit. Nothing. Zero. My life is better for it. But you get into it with people on Facebook. I know you do.
I don't do that anymore. I don't do that.
Okay.
Yeah, not anymore. I'm just playing more now. I'm getting,
Okay. But what would be one of your pet peeves? Seeing something and not getting credit for it, or seeing?
People will say things without proving it first. In other words, that can't be done. Well, why can't it be done? I did it. Show me it can't be done. So the biggest thing was everybody thought I was crazy for going off axis when going off axis made me over $1 million. I bought 2 condos because I was going off fucking axis. So it worked, so
man.
But people don't.
Man, your wireless, your Wi-Fi should be called off axis.
You know
what I mean? You should name your wireless in your house off axis.
Not today. Today on axis is just as good as off axis. It just depends on the result and where you're shooting from or whatnot. But but back then that's all I did. For 10 years I used 2 dice sets. The hardware set and the all 7 set. That's all I did.
Yeah, dude, this is hilarious. Six Easy. DI Beefs. I'm here for the entertainment.
There you go. Let's
Man,
rock, baby. I'm ready.
I
Come
mean,
on. It's only 9 o'clock here. Shit, I can go another 3 hours.
oh man, dude, get the popcorn. All right.
That's Travis. What are you doing up, Travis? You're on the East Coast.
Yeah. Oh
So
man. So I mean, well, that is funny. Tony, who have you had the biggest beefs with, dude? Remember, I'm coming into it. I like the fact that I came into it for sort of, from the outside.
so the
And
beefs I had were from people in the beginning giving me shit on the hop being a sucker bet. Okay. Where today, they know that's not the case anymore. Okay. It's people only called it a sucker bet because they couldn't throw them or they didn't know how to bet them or whatever. That's the same reason today. I didn't really fight with anybody. I mean, I got,
I don't believe that. Why don't I believe that? I don't believe that.
Heavy and I used to fucking, text or email back and forth or on the forums, but that was it.
I like Heavy.
No big deal. I never met Heavy. Again,
oh man.
Hopefully,
dude,
I can shake his hand one day too.
You should meet Heavy. I mean, Heavy has said a couple things. I think here's the thing. I really think Heavy is a gifted writer. I really do think he's got one of those guys that he could just be writing all day long. I feel like he can really write.
He can, and he was good. He's a good writer. There's no doubt about it.
I feel like everyone would get along when sometimes they just have to meet, and then everything's cool, because sometimes it's just a lot different. I think I don't know, man. I feel like there's a lot of good things. If you're a smart craps player, you listen to Heavy, in all these years, there's got to be something you can glean from it.
Let me tell you a funny story. This will crack you up a little bit. Ron the Don. Ron has his forum, 100,000 K a year or whatever it is. Ron put up on
what forum?
Ron the Don, his forum, 100,000 K club, whatever.
Oh, really?
He's been up there for years. Ron's a good friend of mine. But anyway, he put up on his forum once, if we had a competition, a craps competition, and it was Dominator, Howard, Heavy, and Tonyleo, who would win? Mm-hmm. So I commented back. I said I would win. And Ron says, well, how come? I said, very easy, Ron. First of all, I beat Dominator because he'd be doing a fucking 5 count, and I'm already winning. Okay, so that's a no-brainer. Howard don't bet. All he did was mark down shit. So I wouldn't worry about Howard either. And Heavy couldn't take his fucking bone tracker to the table. So I'd beat him too.
Oh man. Oh man.
So that's what I said. Yeah. So that was kind of funny. So those no. But that's it. That's just no big deal. Again, I've never met any of those guys. I would love to shake their hand,
Yeah, I feel like you would end up getting along with. I don't know. I feel. Yeah,
no, you would end up always agree to disagree, right? Yeah.
Hey, you know what? That's one of my favorite expressions, Tony. I feel like you can agree. It's so simple. Let's just agree to disagree.
Sure, you can do that,
and everything's cool. Like you don't have to. I don't think there is one right way to play this game. There's a million ways to play this game. That's why this game is so difficult to learn, and I think that's the biggest sort of roadblock for beginning players. Beginning players, I think, they romance the idea of tossing the dice and that whole DI. I think that to the detriment of not learning how to bet, and that to me is one of the biggest sort of, I think issues in people learning the game.
It's the biggest. If you don't know how to bet, you're screwed. Okay, so I don't care how pretty the dice look in slow motion. I've never been into that, So I'm not. I mean, if the dice split and they're a foot apart, no big deal to me either. So
yeah,
it's the results. The shot and everything in the beginning is important, but when it hits the cubes in the back, it's all about the results. That's what matters.
Yeah, I mean, I agree with you. And figuring out how to get those results and time those results with bets. I mean, I have a, there's a hop that I have that I will always play
What is it?
with it. It's a I have a press well, it's just I hop a hard 10 on my come out,
Oh,
and
okay.
on certain people, if I observe, like for example, Mr. Pressett, I don't know if you know, he's from AC. He bets big, man. He's a
What's his
black
name?
chip better. Joe, he's another Italian. Okay. Mr. Pressett, man. So anyway, but I was like, Joe, I just made like fucking a lot of money because I would hop his hard six because he has a tendency with the same set to throw. If people pay attention, that's one of the most
Sure.
the best skill to develop as a player is paying attention to how people that are DIs that are using that, whatever it is their set. If you ask them, and I would ask Joe, what set are you using? Because you're throwing hard sixes. Because I played it with him a couple times, and then I
Sure.
would bet on a hard six, man, and I bet big on his hard six, like 100, right? But I would just bet it. Sometimes I would hop it, but I would just bet it, and he'd hit it, and then I'd clear a lot, $900, and then I do it again, and I do it with more every time he would do it. So then you'd start hopping it on his come out,
So,
for
yeah. So if you're,
and Tony and Bump John, when he throws a certain set, I think it's a 1-5. I don't know. I'd have to ask him, but I'm like, are you throwing that set? Yes, cool. I'm hopping the hard 10 for $10 for a
when
$300
when
win.
you're playing with people that you can figure that out, that's good. I mean, that's why having one teammate playing with you is a good thing sometimes. So
Well, yeah, and then knowing that
if
bet
you're throwing
exists.
sixes and eights, there's no reason why if you could hop the 6 and the 8 as well.
Yeah.
Okay. So when I do that, I hop the 6 and the 8 and the 6-1-7. That's my 7 bets. Okay. I hop the 3 sixes, the 3 8s, and the 6-1. So
you got everything covered, man. You got everything covered right there.
I'm telling you.
You got everything on that pizza, man. Right? If you got the 6, 8, and 7, Tony, that is everything on that pizza.
So the thing about the 7 is because the way we shoot, our dominant 7 is a 6-1, obviously. Okay, because we're setting the dice for that. So
yeah.
I mean, that's pretty much on point. So if you throw, 80% of your 7s are going to, with us, is going to be a 6-1.
Mm-hmm.
So you might as well take advantage of it, right?
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, it's an aggressive betting style. You're betting into what you should be rolling, which is, I think, ultimately what every, I guess, dice, instructor or teacher should be preaching.
Sure. You want to let the table and your roll dictate how you play.
Yeah. I think there's a lot of people that are maybe stuck like too much a dogmatic way of thinking, like I'm going to just bet this, and to their detriment, where they're just almost focused like I'm going to bet this strategy or this system, and not so dynamic and reactive to what is actually happening and what they're getting. I think maybe that's a growth thing of, well, I didn't win, but I was betting this fucking, the pizza pie system,
right.
And I didn't win. I think you really have to be paying attention, and you have to be like, okay, in a lot of cases, this is not happening, what I expect, and not being stubborn enough to force something versus you recognizing it's not happening and then changing. I think you have to be, reactive in a lot of ways.
Yeah. I mean, and if there's nothing wrong with, I mean, you don't always have to go up the ladder or up a level or whatnot. You can same bet until you get your groove and then figure it out, so.
Look at this though.
What's that?
Look at this guy. Ask DK Live. Wow, you guys are still on. I went to feed my kids 2 hours ago and just got back. Have to catch the replay later to see what I missed.
Oh yeah.
Man. Yeah, Tony. The more you practice the double pitches with traditional set, good reason why you should have off-axis toss in your arsenal.
Yeah, well.
And then this one says, hey, Louie, Clay, you see who was on the back wall in the picture shaking Tony's hand? That's it's Chuck. Is that Chuck Norris?
Yeah, that's Chuck.
Hell yeah, man. That's awesome, dude.
He's a good man.
That's awesome. Is Chuck Norris still alive?
No, he just died. You don't read the paper. Yeah, he just
no,
died.
dude. I don't read the paper, man.
A month ago or whatever.
What?
Yeah.
He died like a month ago?
Yeah, a month or 2 months, whatever it was. Yeah.
Oh my God, really? What'd he die of?
I don't know.
Man.
So.
I don't know. I didn't know that, man.
Yeah, he lived in Hawaii.
Oh, he did?
Uh-huh.
Wow. That's cool, man, that you got that picture. Legend, man. R.I.P.
That picture's probably 30 years old.
Man.
So.
Yeah, time flies, man.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. So.
Well, Mr. Tonyleo.
All right, man. It was a pleasure.
Oh, wait, dude. Yeah. We just had jobless DGen. I watched the whole Korea World Cup game, and you guys are still here. LOL. Yep.
So ask some questions. Let's go. I'm ready.
Man, Tony, man, how the hell do you have all this energy, man?
My girlfriend calls me the Energized Bunny. I don't know.
Man, I don't know. I need whatever you're taking. But I'm gonna make a steak after this, Tony. I'm not going out. I'm gonna make a steak, dude. So listen, man, we can always do this again. This was 3 hours.
Yeah, whenever. All right. That's good. I knew it was going to be 3 hours. That's okay. So but if anybody has any questions or whatnot, they can always get a hold of me. Just call me.
And then, go
to my 2 websites. AKA DK Live. This is Dennis. Dennis is one of my guys. So,
nice, man.
Anyway, but yeah, it's I've had a good run, man. Been doing this out here for 25 years.
Man, you're gonna keep doing it. Another 25.
I'm gonna play more. I just want to enjoy my life. So I'll still teach. You guys take advantage of my extreme tune-ups. I don't care what camp you're from or how you play. I guarantee you, I will fix your game. I'll make it better.
Nice, man. The sweeper says Tonyleo, the Italian stallion. Yeah.
That's Travis, one of my sports bettors.
The big foam finger says, thanks for the convo. Paisanos. That's funny. Paisan. Yep. Yeah. So, all right, Tony, listen, man, we'll do it again.
Got it.
You're in Vegas. You're just so close. We should go to lunch sometime over at Durango sometime soon.
Whatever. Just call me, man. Right. I'm available. You and Bump John come back over. That's what you should do.
Yep.
Okay. So
I'll tell him I don't know if he was even here.
So all right.
All
right, man. Good night.
Tony, I'll see you later. I'm gonna
buddy. All right.
Thanks,
care,
man.
everybody. Remember, it feels good to win.
Okay. Later, man.
See ya.
Oh, it is. Dude, this is a little button. ETG just came over here. Oh, look at how this whole room got purple now. Man. This backdrop's looking good, ETG. For everyone that's stuck around, the 58 people that are still here, I appreciate it greatly. I'm gonna, just talk a little more about a couple things. I'll show you a couple things that I had queued up. First of all, shout out to X-Man, who's over here. He sent me a picture. And this is, first of all, Tonyleo. Hey, ETG, let's have a round of applause for Tonyleo, huh? That was good. That was good. Guy's got too much energy. All right. He's delaying the steak dinner. That was a good chat. I can talk to Tony for a long time. These are great. Look at that. Yeah, right here. Great show as usual. Thank you. It's still going though. X-Man. Check it out, dude. I'm going to add, this is great. X-Man is texting, and I'm going to add X-Man to the convo right here. X-Man, you're the man. I told Courtney and Frank, who you should meet, they're playing whatever tournament right now. Maybe it is the Colossus. They're over there. I said, look for you. Okay. X-Man. Dude, I'm going to call you after this show. All right. Lulu. I like that. Lulu. Thank you, 10 ton. Ripper. Boom. Let's see. Oh my God. That's Lulu. You said I played with a couple on a cruise, pushed my 10 to 600. Jeez. I don't usually play the 10, but this guy threw tons. Very appropriate. Very appropriate. And then he said, that a dude. Yep. That is, dude, that's a jacket. X-Man. That is the jacket that was just in. Mr. Special Delivery. I think we're good. Fuzzy. Hey, Fuzzy. Thank you. Here's the only thing that we could replace. I need to find different music for the dogs. ETG, we got to find different music. But this is the only thing. So like and subscribe. Let me put this on. Here, let's go with this. Fuzzy. Here we go. Let's do this. I miss the dogs too, dude. I really do miss the dogs. Miss Scusi, like and subscribe, Paisan. Slap that like button's ass. Like and subscribe, bro. I should just be playing that like every few minutes. This right here. Oh yeah. I should just be playing that all the time. I really got to work on the old, marketing and getting this stuff going. But let me see. Jacket has a sweet toss. He does. We're going to talk about, so the next show is going to be Huggy Bear, but I'm going to have Lip King on for the first hour since he's East Coast. And then Lip King will stay on. Huggy Bear won't mind. And we can talk about his birthday. Jacket was out here. Ted Berry met X-Man in Biloxi. Cool dude, man. Did ETG have an intro for Tonyleo? Yeah, made it last minute. I should have had a pizza in it. That's pretty good though. Little Godfather-esque. Yeah, Tony reminds me of like a relative. Let's see. X-Man removing. So you know what? Let's this is what was going on today at I can tell you what happens, show you during a game. That's that's ETG back there. But this is what was happening in front of T-Mobile Arena. All the Golden Knight fans are going to have this thing packed. So that was at 3:30 today. It was 100 degrees out. I went for a walk. I like Vegas so much, but this area. So when you come to Vegas, having T-Mobile there, it's actually set up great because you can just walk down the strip, make a right at Park MGM. I was going to say Park La Brea. That's a place in LA. But you go down here and it's a really nice walk by bars, seating. It's not crazy. It's just really nice for sporting events. And then so there was a whole screen there. Let me see that whole screen where they play the game, and it'll be packed. That was at 3:30 and the game started at 5. So that would have gotten packed. And then this was the other little area. I did a little this is a little plaza. This area is great. I always like looking at this chick's ass. Very inspirational. It is. Again, very inspirational. And then that is behind me. That's a great area to watch a game in. And we'll just go back to that. Slap it. Yeah, but that's a nice area to walk from the game around. I love walking that sort of that path when there's a game going on. And you know what? Let's let's revisit this since we can. Let's just say goodbye to the billboard again. That's gone. And then this is what it was replaced with. A very sad day indeed. A sad, sad day. Look at that fucking ugly ass billboard. Yep. What about the box set of pamphlets? Yeah, that's on the way. So the update on that, on the box set with everything, we ordered and we're waiting for the prototype box to come in. And when I show you this, you will understand why this took so much time, because everything's beautiful that's going into this box set. I mean, everything's beautiful, absolutely beautiful. And Ripper, I don't think there is going to be a dramatic reading of Crushing the Palms in Paris, but we're going to talk about that whole Lip King's birthday, his birthday weekend. It was awesome having that guy here. Dramatic readings only occur when the resident graffiti artist Banksy / Sweet Lou sends it in. And yeah, I'm going to have a pre-order list. Anyone that's on Patreon is going to be on a pre-order list. I mean, when I say this is beautiful, like when you see the pictures of everything, I mean, down to the like pin that holds the nice ribbon that holds the shirt that has the wax certificate. I mean, everything about this thing is awesome. I don't know why I spent so much money doing it, but I just wanted to. It's just going to be awesome. I'm pretty sure that might be it. Yeah, they will sell out because there's only 100 being made, technically 110. So they're going to be done because they're never going to be made again. So they will. Todd, T-Bone, looking forward to my Vegas trip starting on June 21st. I have your stuff that you ordered right over there. It's set aside. And Sweet Lou is the storyteller. Yes, he is quite the storyteller. Oh, Sweet Lou is still here. 10 ton. I'll be out your way from September 29th to October 6th. That is like 10 years from now in my world. But yes, keep me posted. All right. I can't wait for a dramatic reading to read from that trip. Sweet Lou. Let's see. I don't know if there's anything else I can talk about right now. I probably should be promoting and saying, let's get the likes up. But that was a good show with Tony. It was a very good show. Interesting dude. And then Lou and John from Pro Craps. That's awesome. Lou in Vegas. Maybe that's when we do CFTC 2026. I'm not quite sure what CFTC. Oh, Craps for the Cure. I just figured that out. I'm back. Had a quick meeting. Nice, man. John, you can come over and have some steak if you want. I'm going to cook a ribeye. Okay, so that's happening. I think that's going to be it. Thank you. I thought it was always good. I feel like, I feel like everyone can learn from everyone else. All of these guys that have been playing for a long time. You don't have to just be a complete disciple and say everything that they're teaching is right. Like there's some people that are more so are not going to agree with the stuff like how I play, but there are going to be a few people that really get into what I'm saying. For example, I had a really interesting conversation with Mr. Pressett the last time I talked to him, and he was like, dude, you are opening my eyes to so much. But then again, we play at similar levels. So it might be a similar, I mean, my play is more geared for a little higher level of where I'm starting. So, you know, those players, whereas I feel like there's a lower buy-in level that would make more sense to with what certain presses and other teachers. You know, I'm just focused on this level. It's just where I've gotten to. Ripper, I'm ready for my dagger dice, dude. They look so sweet. And Sweet Lou, cocktails on that Friday, your place, Casino Tears Experience weekend. Is it? I don't even know. Is it? No, it's not. Is it? I don't know. I let Bo run with that. Okay. Yeah. All right, ladies and gentlemen, and it's probably mostly gentlemen, maybe one lady, two ladies. ETG. Well, the team is, thank you, T-Bone. It's the team is just this dude that's coming in, sitting in the seat. It's ETG. Son, not my son. I should, okay. Oh, dude, what about did you do the buy me a coffee thing?
We didn't record yet.
Oh, shit. Oh, yeah. We're going to have something that's going to help support the show. What do we got? What? Oh, there's this. We got it. Buy 10 ton of coffee, support the show. We'll do that next time. All right. Yeah. Well, we got to look at that. Yeah. Yeah. So we'll do that. That's going to support the show as we get into doing videos. There's never going to be ads on here. That goes a long way because everything that comes in goes right back into the show. And this guy right here, not this guy, it goes to this guy to help with everything because my life is spent, I'm working all day long. And so when he comes in, he's helping me get all this stuff ready and do everything that's Casino Tears related while I'm doing all this other stuff. But I did have a fantastic, I'm on the final edits of the books. And it's really interesting when you step away for like 4 or 5 days from reading, you catch like this little sentence here that you always thought could be better, and then you make it better. Sometimes, you know, fresh eyes. Let's see. 60s, you got that Prince background, but you shorter. Technically, no, I'm not. I'm taller. I actually am taller. Missing the dogs. Caveman, I am missing the dogs too. ETG. Fix. We need to find copyright-free music. All right. So Ripper says, good job, ETG. All right. That's going to be it. ETG's coming in. Appreciate it. Next week, Lip King for the first hour. That's going to be great. Then Huggy Bear to talk about Detroit. So anyone that's familiar with Detroit and the casinos there, let me know. Come on in. That one's for you. But we're going to talk about Lip King's birthday because that was awesome. All right. Miss Scusi, like and subscribe, Paisan. Slap that like button's ass.
Like and subscribe, bro.